Switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Man, too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
O'Reilly. Get the full exterior car care experience with the Pro X1 Car Care Collection Wash Kit, only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. The kit includes all-wheel tire and cleaner, glass cleaner, snow foam car wash, and a microfiber wash mitt. Get the essentials in one box for just $19.99. Choose Pro X1 exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks. Choose natural healing.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our naturopathic doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
Water is Arizona's most valuable resource. And for over a century, Phoenix has led the way in providing reliable water services. Wherever you call home in Arizona, we all share the responsibility to conserve for tomorrow. Watch your water use, especially outdoors. Consider desert-friendly landscaping and water-saving appliances. Together, small changes can make a big difference. Learn more at phoenix.gov/water and help secure Arizona's water future. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix Water Services Department.
2025 NASCAR Championship Weekend.
October 31st through November 2nd. Experience the thrill of NASCAR racing at Phoenix Raceway. October 31st, it's the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship. November 1st, it's the NASCAR Xfinity Series Championship. And it all culminates with the NASCAR Cup Series Championship on Sunday, November 2nd. This event will sell out.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com for more.
Don't miss the NASCAR Championship Weekend at Phoenix Raceway.
Get your tickets now. KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
For what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Thursday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks on the control board. You might not recognize him because he's got a New Kids on the Block haircut going there.
Wow,
He's very proud of it.
Wow, that's right.
I don't know if grown men are supposed to go, hey, look, you see my haircut? The first thing you see them, but okay.
Wow, check him out.
Right.
I mean, Triple H, that haircut is
straight fire.
Straight fire, Jack. Woo!
Yeah, he's cleaned up. He's ready to go to a wedding where, of course, he will absolutely in no way threaten the nature of his current relationship by hanging out with bridesmaids. He's not going to do that. He's just not.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Nothing to be nervous about or jealous about.
No,
you got a little something above your upper lip there, though.
I do, and I think it's
got a little lunch there or something.
I think I'm going to keep it. I think it's a statement.
Wipe that away.
You think
is it hair or something? What is?
Oh no, I
think the statement is I'm not self-aware. That's
see this haircut made me go corporate. I was like Mountain Man Harris, and now after the haircut, I'm like corporate Harris.
Mountain Man,
like the Geico guy,
unemployed boy band,
hair.
maybe.
No, you were like rough shot Harris, but you weren't Mountain Man.
Okay, rough shot. We'll call it that.
Yeah, rough shot.
but I got to keep something to at least make the balance because I don't want to go too corporate looking. You know what I'm
You were
saying?
like
What is
quick
corporate stuff.
You were like
Corporate.
Quigley in Australia with that other haircut.
This is corporate right here. Like if I like cut it on the sides, nice and tight on the top, that's pretty corporate.
Has it passed the girlfriend test? Have you sent pictures or as the kids like to say, pics?
So I
have you sent some pics?
Okay, so pics and pictures, there can be a difference. Let me establish that. I have sent pictures. I have not sent pics. I'll say
What's
that.
wrong with pics?
So
I don't
Randy, what he's
understand.
trying to
I don't know if I wanna
say
get into
is pictures, or if like, oh look, here's my nice haircut, or look at the suit. Pics are what got Brett Favre in trouble.
Yeah, that's a
Oh,
good.
come
That's
on.
a good
That
way
is
of
so
describing it.
ridiculous. Get out of here.
Yeah,
Get out. That's
exactly.
ridiculous, man.
So I sent pictures, and she approves. She
All right.
approves.
All right.
Yep.
Is she getting a little like? So who are you going to hang out with at the wedding? She starting to get a little bit worried there.
No,
you're in the wedding, which means you have access to bridesmaids.
I do have access, but hey, there's trust there. There's trust, and I'm committed to her. I'm committed to her. I really like her, and so I will honor that.
Now, what's the theme of the wedding? What is the theme of the wedding?
What do you mean the theme? Oh, actually,
every wedding has a theme. Is this like country and western? Is it straightforward traditional?
It's
Is
straight.
this,
It's straightforward traditional. It's in Mississippi, so it's like a preppy
Mississippi.
southern wedding. Yep, we're going to
Preppy.
Jackson, where my mom is from.
Hey, didn't Johnny Cash sing a song about going to Jackson?
He did, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
he
he did.
did.
You know,
Yeah.
I learned about him. Here's what I learned about the Man in Black. You know what I learned about the Man in Black?
What did you learn?
He didn't have a first name originally.
Hmm.
His parents named put on the birth certificate J.R. and then his last name, and because they couldn't think of a name. So then later on, he had to just choose a name when he went to the army. And they're like, all right, fine, John.
Wow.
True story.
That is
Yeah.
crazy.
That's how Johnny Cash
I
got
did
his
not know
name.
that.
Yeah.
Mississippi Sand, by the way, is what you're thinking of, Randy.
Mm.
Great song. Heck of a song.
Okay.
So
What is it? What did you say?
Mississippi Sand.
Mississippi Sand.
Yep.
By the great Johnny Cash.
By the great Johnny Cash.
I thought it was Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash going to Jackson, I think was the song.
Going to Jackson is what the song is called.
Yeah, I believe it's
He has
Hey, I'm
multiple-
going
You might have to turn in your
Jackson.
Southerner card.
Maybe he has multiple songs. Well, I know Mississippi Sand here. Let's see what else we
Yeah.
got here.
Whatever you do not play it on these airwaves.
Oh, really? It's one of those.
Oh, it's one of those. What? Yeah, Jackson. Jackson.
Yeah, thank you.
The
Mm,
Berg
of course,
says
Randy.
Triple H is committed. Mississippi. Sorry. Hands off, ladies.
I know. I mean, what do you think I have to deal with on a daily basis?
I think
Come
what you're going to have to deal with is a lot of grandmas and older ladies grabbing you by the cheeks going, oh, adorable. Because that used to happen to me.
That happens
these
to me.
dimples,
I'm not going to lie to you.
Oh my gosh, these were just handles for
Oh,
older
the grandmas.
ladies.
They
Just like,
loved it. They ate it up. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It happens to me all the time, Jeffrey.
You're right, Average Joe. If it rhymes with pick, don't send it. You're
Huh?
right. You're right.
Great call.
Okay.
Great call.
I
Average Joe.
thought the kids called them pics. I didn't think the pigs called or the kids called them pictures. I thought,
Mhm.
I think
since
there's
they don't
a
say
difference.
ridiculous, they say ridic.
They
And I
don't
just-
say that.
When you say I sent pics, it just has an underlying tone.
Well, you
Okay.
got the
All right,
seedy
all
mustache for it,
All
so you might as well.
Is that a mustard? I thought he had something left over from lunch up there. Look at that. Wow.
You got a little chocolate
Isn't that
ice cream
nice?
up
Oh,
there.
there's
Isn't that
something
nice?
on
Looks
your
like a
chin,
kid
too.
who's just been drinking chocolate milk.
Ah,
We're gonna wipe that thing off.
I can't go too corporate. I got to spice it up a little bit, keep people on their toes.
no,
Well, guess
man.
what, kid?
You-
Guess where
you-
the money is? Corporate. Dimeback
true.
dude.
Oh, Randy, you look beautiful.
Dimeback dude says, "Does Harris still have that porn stash?"
I love it.
yes. He
It's
says,
still
"If
there.
so, there's nothing corporate about that."
Well,
No.
as soon as I showed it to my mom on FaceTime, so I'm going to wait and show her in person. And I'm nervous. I told you I'm nervous. I'm going to get grounded. But she looked at me over the phone and she said, "Now that is not how a Southern gentleman is supposed to present himself." And I was like, "Oh no, this isn't going to go well."
You really want to mess with her?
No, I don't.
Say,
I don't want
would
to mess
you-
with her. But I
well,
really
Mom,
like
I'd
this
really
mustache.
appreciate it if you'd call me a Southern they them. And then put the phone down and walk away for about 30 minutes. When you come back, there will still be screaming.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, dude, I gotta use that. I don't know what she would say.
Yeah, let's find out. T-Licious says, greetings and salutations, Jeffrey and Randy. And oh, hi, new guy.
Yeah.
And yes, we're going to talk about that in a minute, T-Licious, and thank you for that. We've got to talk about something that just happened. It's not breaking news, but it's new news.
Breaking news.
No, Randy, it's not. No, it's
What?
not. It's like an
What's
hour
that?
or so ago.
Oh,
no,
sorry,
it's not breaking.
sorry. All right, I'll cancel that.
So we were wondering, well, what's going on with the Phoenix Suns? And this blockbuster news came out that the Suns have named Brian Gregory as GM and have made James Jones a senior advisor. What the hell does that mean? Here's what I think it means. I feel like the Ishbia was like, okay, this isn't fair to James Jones, but Brian Gregory is going to do what I want him to do, and James Jones he's a senior advisor. Does he make more money, less money? Why is he still there? If you're going to take my job away from me, I ain't going to hang around. I mean, I don't understand any of this. Why is James Jones still there? What is the senior advisor pay more than GM?
So
Same as GM?
This reminds me of one of those things where I remember this back in 2016. Tennessee won 5 games. Okay, I'm going to use an SEC football reference. And Nick Saban decides to hire Butch Jones, okay, while Tennessee's still paying his contract, of course, because they're trying to buy him out, as a advisor role. Now, what does that mean? No one really knows. Jerry Jones, major typo. James Jones is going to be there, not Jerry Jones.
Jerry.
Yeah, but I guess he won't have as much power. Is basically what
is
they're
he
saying.
being blamed or is he not being blamed? If you're not being blamed,
I guess he's being blamed
then
on
let me
paper.
keep being the GM. If you're blaming me, fire me.
Yeah, honestly, none of this is James Jones's fault. Like
No,
none of this.
absolutely
He
right.
built an amazing team, and then Ishbia came in, and I'll be real, he traded a lot of it away.
So why is this happening? Why would they bring Brian Gregory? Is it because he better fits? I mean, he was already there, by the way, but is it because he better fits the thought process of Ishbia? Is he? I mean, I don't think he's better than James Jones. A lot of people, I've been reading the comments, which is always a bad idea, but a lot of people are like, "Yeah, James Jones stunk. He sucked." All these people are what we call people who don't know anything, because James Jones did a fine job of GM until Ishbia took over and then started mucking about with stuff. So I'm really absolutely baffled by a lot of this. Why are you staying, James Jones? Why are you not firing him, Ishbia? Why are you changing his job? Is he still getting paid? I got a lot of questions.
I've got a bit of a conspiracy theory, and I can tell you right now, this is going to blow the cap off what happened with the Diamondbacks this year. And I just want you guys to be ready, because when I say it, and Jeffrey, you specifically, when I say it and you hear it, everything is going to make sense to you. Brian Gregory was the vice president of, now here it is, player programming for the Phoenix Suns. So what we have here is we have some sort of alien thing going on in the front office of the Phoenix Suns, and he's programming all these players. And what's happened is something has gone awry in the computer, and the programming started to go off the damn rails.
Randy,
That, my friends, is why.
It's not aliens, Randy.
What?
If he's in charge of programming, it's not aliens. It's robots. The players are robots.
Even worse.
We are only one state away from Area 51. So this is kind of making sense.
No wonder they call him the machine, because he's so automatic. Because he's been programmed that way. What about Devin Booker? You see what I'm saying? Is it all starting to come into focus now?
It is. I can finally see the light. I mean, I can feel this wisdom just overtaking me. This understanding.
And I didn't want to have to break this, but it just all came together now.
So keep an eye on that. Let next season just see what happens. And I think what happens with the Suns is the batteries are wearing out too soon.
See,
they're gonna need some better batteries.
The gyroscope was off about 3 or 4 degrees there. You see what I'm saying?
When you see ET sign a 10-day contract with the Suns, I mean, that's when you know. You know, and it could happen. It could
Vice
legitimately
president
happen.
of player programming is now the general manager, and it all has come together and makes sense to me.
I
now.
can't even argue with that.
What a coincidence.
As long as we
Not.
understand it's robots, I'm
Everybody,
I'm on board.
you heard it here first. The Phoenix Suns are robots,
This
ladies
is
and gentlemen.
few times where we all agree, but look at this. We all three completely agree.
Mhm.
That has to
See?
mean something.
I'm telling you.
Lots
Telling you.
Toby says just tuned in on the YouTube and it's just Randy's face. Lucky, but that's not what
Just
we
Randy's
got.
face.
You know,
That's
I'm-
interesting. I see right here all 3
Mhm.
of our faces.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, I guess that just makes you the lucky one. All right.
The lucky one.
Harris's dad says, Harris, do not test mom. You will lose
Oh boy.
and lose, and then you will lose again.
Oh man. Oh.
Firefighter says this conspiracy theory by Randy is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I'm
Oh,
telling you
Randy,
right
you're
now.
starting a trend.
Bruno
See?
Baller says,
Something's
can't
happening.
wait to talk about the Lakers season being over. I know, me too. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
But first, we just need to talk about the whole James Jones thing.
That is crazy.
So, yeah, I'm not sure how this all plays out, what this all means. Is it going to be for the better? I don't know. I'm going to shrug and wait till a grown up comes and tells me something.
Yeah, none of us really know a lot of the details.
Oh, and
like
Harris,
how
I don't
much-
really think of you as a grown up.
how
So
much
don't
he's
worry.
being
The pressure is off. Of
Oh,
you.
that's good. I mean, pressure can be too much sometimes. So I'm at least glad there's no pressure.
Today's May 1st, by the way. And Randy, have you noticed the car there over my left shoulder? What do you think that is?
Oh, that
On the calendar.
hang on.
Every month on my hot rod calendar, Randy tries to guess what car is up there. Usually I don't like flames on a paint job, but man, this one is perfect.
Randy is currently wearing 2 glasses.
That looks like a Chevrolet product. Am I right there? Is that a Chevrolet product?
Well, first off, Randy, why are you wearing 2 pairs of
Wearing 2
glasses?
glasses.
I have to see what the hell I'm looking. Is that a Chevrolet product?
You're looking at a computer screen. I feel like you could just zoom in if you wanted. But
Is that a
Yes.
Chevy SS?
yes, but what kind? In what year?
It is a 67 Chevy SS.
Oh, Randy, you know the front ends on the 67s point more on the top down, a little more
Oh, is
pointy
it a
nose.
69?
So there you go.
Ah,
69 Chevelle.
Oh, Chevelle.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
Chevelle.
And the flames on it are painted perfectly.
69
Mhm.
Chevelle SS.
Love
oh.
to have a Chevelle. Mm.
Oh, no kidding.
Mm.
Posi track.
Mhm.
Maybe put a 350 small block in that bad boy.
Are you guys those
Mm.
types of people that name your cars?
No,
You're those people?
I am. Yeah. Yeah.
I know. I've never have. I've thought about it, and then I'm just feel kind of like, hey.
I've thought of naming my car here and there. I've had a couple ideas. but
if
I'm
I
not
name
sure.
my car, I can't swear at it as much because I feel like it's just personal.
It's
Well, let's see,
personal.
Miss Kim's car is a little SUV, and I call that one Snowball because it's Kim's car.
That's
And
my
it
friend's cat's
reminds me
name.
of a snowball.
Snowball.
But my car is silver, sleek, and badass, and I call that the Silver Bullet.
Actually, I don't want to tell you the name of my vehicle. I didn't realize it, but I guess I did. I didn't do it on purpose, but I don't want to tell you what I named it, but it is awesome.
Yeah.
Randy, did you see what my vehicle was called? Don't say it on air.
No.
Oh man,
No, I-
I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
I don't want people to know.
Word.
But yeah, this is the first time ever I have. Actually, now that I think about it.
Wow.
I see, Jeffrey. There you go.
Let's see. Lost Toby says, no, what I meant is when Randy did a close up his face. That's all. It's a great way to start my weekend. All right.
It's a great
like I
way
said,
for anyone to start the
Agreed.
weekend,
Yeah. Agreed.
including me.
Thank you.
Of
Big
course,
George
Randy.
says, have you guys noticed how Harris has completely gone rogue ever since he started on the show? Openly defying his mother with a beard and a mustache.
I don't think that's complete rogue.
I don't think
I
that's
think-
complete rogue.
What's next, Harris?
I mean,
Proclaiming your allegiance to ISIS?
So funny enough, I actually knew someone
oh my
that
God.
worked
He's going
for-
to confess it right here.
For ISIS?
he worked for a medicine company, and his company that he started was called ISIS.
Oh, no kidding.
ISIS was probably around when he started it.
It
so he
was
just
around
didn't
before.
Google it, did
no,
he?
no. He started it like a while ago, and he had I don't know if he changed it.
I
I'm pretty
guarantee
sure
you
he
ISIS
did.
has been around way longer than you think.
Well, maybe that he knew of. So he
I
just
think you
named
should
it
sue
ISIS.
him.
It was some algorithm. You think I should
Copyright
make a lot of
lawsuit.
money? Well, or he should sue ISIS, the terrorist group.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
He should sue ISIS, the terrorist
I'm going to
group,
tell my
see
friend
how that ends up for him.
Yeah, I'm going to tell my friend that and say, you should sue ISIS. This is your opportunity to put ISIS under.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's all we needed.
Right there.
Hope you don't like this guy too much.
That does it.
Yep.
So today, being May 1st, is World Password Day.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is probably a good time to go and change up your passwords, maybe strengthen them up a little bit.
Oh, I thought
yeah.
it was at a game show. And the password is.
No,
never
it was
heard
about
of it.
actual. Do you know when the first computer password was actually used?
No.
No.
Back in 1961.
Wow.
The guys over at MIT realized, well, they were going to have multiple people using different the same computer, so they thought, okay, so we don't have people messing up each other's work. We'll just put a password on there, and the rest is history. And then it was until 1986 that two-factor authentication came out. I was shocked to hear it was 1986.
1996 is when two-factor came out?
86.
86. Okay. That's earlier than I thought. I'm going to be
Way
honest with you.
earlier than you would have thought.
Were you born then?
For sure.
86?
Heck no.
No, he didn't exist.
I wasn't even close to a thought.
Were you a twinkle in Dad's eye?
I was
in
not
86?
even a twinkle in Dad's eye yet.
You
He
were
was
not
a,
even
he
a-
was a disappointment even then.
Oh, man.
Jeffrey, that's not very nice.
Oh,
That's not very nice.
Was
Oh,
it's not my
that
fault.
was-
Take it
that
up with him.
That was a punch right to the plexus.
That was a
right
punch
there.
that I just
Wow.
took. But man, let me tell you, I
So-
have an iron stomach. I can take it.
So today, being May 1st, everybody, here's some things we have to look forward to this May. In sports, of course, we're right in the middle of the NBA and NHL playoffs.
Yes.
Kentucky Derby, we've picked our horses, and then that is this Saturday. And then the Preakness is on May 17th, even though I don't think that horse racing is a sport. PGA Championship, that starts May 15th. The Indy 500, May 25th.
You're damn
And
right it is.
La French Open, it will start the same day.
The what?
The French Open.
Oh, the French Open.
The
Yes.
French Open. Ah.
I shall hit the ball, or you just in this direction. You do not mind. Here in French, the greens are very easy and they surrender to every ball that comes down the fairway.
I see. I see. I think this French
think this
Open,
is
though,
tennis.
Pepe, is tennis.
Yeah, I think this is tennis.
Pepe.
Okay, who cares? I don't know. I just heard open, so yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I don't think the French golf. I don't think they do.
French, yeah, no, not too much. They prefer tennis.
So in the movies, Thunderbolts is hitting the theaters tomorrow, and then a couple other movies nobody cares about. I don't know, maybe the Mission Impossible movie, The Final Reckoning. Okay, yeah, well,
I think
I'll
that could
believe
be
it when we
good.
see that.
Yeah,
Is it finally the final reckoning of
Yeah,
the MI series?
Probably not. I don't know.
Hmm.
The new live action Lilo and Stitch, whatever that is.
Oh, I used
Yeah.
to love that when I was a little kid. Oh,
If you like comedy, then David Spade's new stand-up special is going to be on Prime next Tuesday.
Nice.
Uh,
Who doesn't love David Spade?
Really? He's okay.
Yeah.
I was on an airplane with him one time. He's kind of a douche. to be
Really?
honest with you.
What
Yeah.
a
Wow.
shock. He's an
Yeah.
Arizona guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, we were flying into Phoenix from somewhere. I don't remember. This was years ago, and
Eh.
yeah, the flight attendant had to scold him because he unbuckled and stood up before the plane was even stopped moving. So, yeah.
Ouch. I don't like being scolded. I find
However,
it
she did scold him and embarrassed him quite frankly. She said, even if you're a
Quite
celebrity,
embarrassing.
you still have to sit down, put your seatbelt on.
wow.
I would have said, even if you're almost a celebrity, you know.
No way. That actually
Hey,
happened.
look here, pal.
Even
Adam
if you're
Sandler's not on this plane.
We weren't even at the gate, man. We were still taxiing.
That's wild. I can't. That's crazy.
So let's see what else is going on. I'm just reading through a bunch of stuff I don't think anybody would care about.
There's one thing that you always talk about on the first of every month.
I'm getting there. I'm getting
Okay.
there. Don't
All
worry.
right. All right.
And then there's holidays, Cinco de Mayo, which is
Oh.
on Monday.
One of my favorites.
Oh.
Cinco de Drinko. And
No,
then
it's
Mother's
one of my-
Day is on the 11th. For those of you with mothers, Mother's Day is on the 11th.
Darn right.
Not you, Randy.
No.
Memorial Day is this year on the 26th.
Mhm.
For the nerds, Star Wars
Yes.
Day.
I
May
was
the
going to
4th
say
be
you
with
skipped
you.
over it. Yes.
Gee, I wonder
May
why.
the 4th be with you.
Armed Forces Day is on the 17th.
Yes.
National Hamburger Day is on the 28th.
Oh,
that's
I
awesome.
love
Yeah.
it.
Yes.
That's a good one right
Oh
there.
man.
And so, anyways, here's something that I don't know if you know this or not, Harris, but every time it's the first, I make sure, and this has saved some people's bacon in the past,
Oh, yeah.
and it's very important.
Right.
On the first, don't forget to pay your rent.
Absolutely.
Good
Don't
call.
forget to get the envelope in the slot. Make sure you pay it on time. Like if it's a Thursday, so you got no excuse. But if it's on the weekend, just put that envelope in there. Just maybe post date the check and just make sure it gets in there on time. There's nothing worse than late fees.
Yeah, there's nothing worse. So we're moving places. So I have to pay the security deposit for the new place I'm moving in, as well as rent.
So much more information than I need. Just pay it on time, kid.
Well,
make sure it's in
already
on
there.
time.
Don't worry
That's
about
all that matters.
It's already there.
You don't
All
want to
right.
pay late fees.
But I appreciate the heads up. That is
There you
always
go.
it'll always
Yeah.
sneak up on you.
Don't
sure.
forget to pay your damn rent. Okay, moving on.
Appreciate it, Jeffrey.
888-368-1580. And Tank Blood says, damn good French accent. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
Yep.
that.
Yep.
Lost Toby says, hey, today is actually International Workers' Day, also known as May Day. Huge day for protest of inequality. We had about 5,000 people in downtown Phoenix marching this morning. Well, thanks for making the rest of us late for work. Appreciate that. I'm going to take on the ACLU lawyer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Do it.
No, tip of the head, Lost Toby. Well done. Let's see here. Moist One says 525,600 minutes.
What?
I don't know why he's
He's
texting me
talking
that.
about 25
Is that how
minutes.
many minutes are in May?
Probably how many minutes until something, until a big holiday that he has, but I don't know.
He says, I'm paying my rent. Is that okay? Moist One, I don't think we've seen that Broadway show if that's part of it.
6,259,5892 minutes.
KG Whitworth calls something. What are you
877
doing,
cash
Randy?
now. So I think there's like 25,000 minutes in a week.
Huh.
So there's a week until something that Moist One is looking forward to. I think that's just a guess.
Thanks, Moist One. Big Kev says, don't forget the Monaco Grand Prix and the Coke 600, same day as the Indy 500.
That is right. It is one of the great days in my life.
It's a holy
Every
day for
year,
Randy.
I get up early, I watch Monaco, and then I make some breakfast and I have a little breakfast while Indy's going on, a little lunch through the Indy 500. And then this year I might try to grill something and have maybe some ribs or wings or something for the Coca-Cola 600, which is on Fox later on that evening.
Tank Blood says, Bone Thugs and Harmony, legendary first of the month song. I mean, I know the band, but I don't know what song are you talking about?
Did he say bung thugs or bone?
Bung? What is a bung thug?
I don't know. It sounded like bung thugs, and I was wondering,
No,
the hell is
Bone Thugs. I know
Okay,
I pronunciated it right.
my head's kind of
Bone
clogged up
Thugs and
today.
Harmony.
Oh, you probably did. It's just me.
Harris is about to lose his mind because we're late for the break.
I'm just trying to do my job here, guys. I'm doing what I can here. But
All
I
right. Whatever
understand.
anybody's trying to communicate to me, please do it in English and as clearly as possible so I know what you're talking about. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
We know how you feel. There's nothing better than a fall afternoon, an order of wings and a nice cold brew, and football. This fall, The Fanatic is your source for high school, college, and NFL football action. The high school game of the week on Friday nights, top line NCAA action on Saturdays, and the NFL primetime games. When it comes to football, we have you covered. We're 1580 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Gonna have to talk to somebody at the corporate headquarters about why that was such a very, very short break.
Very short break. Not even a
Sure.
break.
Yeah, great for the listeners. I didn't even get to sit down.
Yeah. That's
Randy's still in the bathroom.
oh, there he is. But yes, he was.
That was the shortest damn break I've ever heard.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep.
You have to check that.
Our crack traffic department again on the ball.
Mm-hmm. Of course, you have to explain to the people listening that the word traffic doesn't mean cars. When we
No.
say traffic about radio, it's about scheduling the commercials. And the
Yes.
original producer of the Daily Blender, a guy named Wesley, is the guy who's responsible for that.
Yes.
So you would also see him on Twitter. He's actually a famous ASU tweeter
Yes.
called Producer Wes
Oh, no kidding.
on Twitter. Yeah, I mean everybody knows this guy. Harris, I asked Harris, you know the guy, and he's like, oh yeah.
I recognize that guy on Twitter. I mean, me and him follow each other,
Mhm.
and so I on
Well,
Twitter I recognize
he's
him.
a Sun Devil alum, just
Yeah.
like yourself.
He's committed. Yes,
And
yes.
he always puts some
Go
pretty good
Devs.
stuff up there. But yep, that's
Yep.
it. That guy has been working with me at various radio stations since the 2005, 2006, something
It's
like
a
that.
long time. That's
So
that
I
was
say
always
we
fun.
all just maybe send him an email and yell at him.
Absolutely.
Just but separately, so he gets overwhelmed.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Multiple times each person.
Mm-hmm.
Send a
So
message.
Average Joe says, I think it's 5,000 minutes until Cinco de Mayo. Oh, is that what that's
Oh.
about?
Oh, no, that can't be it.
Moist One says the band.
The band.
The band, there's a band called Rent, or is a band called 525, 600,000? I don't understand. any of it.
5,259,684 minutes. I don't know where I heard that somewhere, and every time I hear
Stuck
that,
in
I
his
have to
head like a
sing that song
Taylor
for some
Swift
reason.
song.
No, that's not Taylor Swift. You back off right
I said
now.
it's stuck in your head like a Taylor Swift song.
No,
Yes.
I don't even know Taylor Swift's music.
Hold on a second. Moist One says, you called Bone Thugs and Harmony a band, and it made me chuckle. Well, they're not. What are they? Is that a song or is that a band? I thought that
rappers.
was a band.
Rappers.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Oh, it's a rap group. Does
Hmm.
somebody play music in it? Or is it just samples?
It's probably samples.
Yeah, it's a rap group.
And there's on the other side of
Ladies
the
and
glass.
gentlemen, we're very good to have here on the show. We're going to bring you out a very nice musical group called the Bone Thugs and the Harmony.
They're in Detroit.
Very nice band.
Or is it it's a threesome from Kalamazoo?
Nobody's
Can
gonna
I
get
just-
that.
can I
but
just-
the older
Yeah, I know.
sect
I'm
of this
okay
audience.
with that. I'm okay with that.
I don't get it. I'm lost.
So I get Bone Thugs, right? You're like, oh yeah, rap group. But once you say the word harmony, I'm thinking, well, somebody's singing, and if somebody's singing, there's a band, right? So what do they perform? The Bone Thugs and or harmony,
Rhythmatic poetry.
Rap.
Yeah, I get that. I'm saying what song? I mean, if you call it a song, what are
I
meet
didn't-
me
no,
at the
they don't- they don't-
crossroads?
No,
says
see now
Moist
again,
Ones.
once again, my modern vernacular is coming out. They don't call them songs anymore. They call them joints.
I don't think that's a thing.
Oh, they call them joints.
I don't think that's a.
Yes,
that's, no, I
yes,
don't
they
think that's a
do.
thing.
Yes,
Like
oh
maybe
no, they
from
do.
100 years ago.
No, dropping this week another joint from the new album coming soon. Yeah,
I say
yeah.
that sometimes.
See,
Say that to my friends. Not really. I don't really say that.
I'm working on a new
I think
joint.
I might retire like right now. I'm a bit young for retirement, but I don't know if I can take this much longer.
You've survived 30 plus years, my friend.
Yeah, Jeffrey. Homeward
Yeah,
stretch.
don't you think that's enough? Haven't I given enough? I feel like I've given enough. Big Kev says, Randy,
Yes.
Coke 600 will be on Amazon Prime Video streaming only.
Yeah.
Coke six-
Carl Edwards will be one of the commentators. Yes, go ahead.
Coke 600, the Nashville race, the Michigan
Uh-huh.
race, the Mexico
Yeah.
City race, the Pocono race,
Uh-huh.
only available on Prime Video.
Yeah.
Only $6 a month. So I say it's worth it to get it if you don't already have it.
I already have Amazon Prime, so I can watch it. Who doesn't? I mean, I guess there's a few people out there still left that don't have Amazon Prime.
Well, originally you got the Amazon Prime, you're like, "Whoa, free shipping," and then later you're like, "Hey, it's got free TV stuff on there." And then now I feel like most of us like to have the Amazon Prime mostly for the streaming, and we kind of forgot about the free shipping. And then when you end up having to pay shipping for something when you go buying through Prime, you're like, "What in the mother?" I just lose my mind.
Like when did this start, man?
Yeah,
Right.
So
Yeah.
not everybody is free shipping. It's got to be Prime stuff. So
Right.
Piles up on you.
I was kind of hoping they would put the tariff information on everything in there that is affected by a tariff, because I'm just kind of curious to know. I mean, the White House got upset. They're like, "This is a very political, hateful thing." Like, no, it's just information and fact. There's nothing hateful about something that is a fact. And so then the little baldy Bezos goes, "Oh, well, we're not doing that. I don't know who started that. We're not doing it." So they're not going to do it. But I'm kind of curious what the actual impact of the tariff idea, because what if we find out it's no big deal and it's a good idea? I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a good idea. I don't know until we see something. So I kind of bummed out they're not putting it up there. Yes, Base Lappa, I'm getting to that. We're going to get to that. But first, we have to delight.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
In the misery and misfortune of Ralph.
Of course.
The Laker fan.
Feels
Feels good to see the Lakers once again removed from playoff contention.
Burn in hell, Lakers!
Yeah, I mean, I think it is.
You can't play the entire song because it wasn't us that did it.
No.
But we're glad that it got done. Although the Timberwolves removing the Lakers from the playoffs was yay. But then I realized something when I saw this story about Anthony Edwards taking a victory lap around the arena, yelling at people, trolling people, telling them just talking and trolling. I'm like, oh my God, no wonder Donnie loves this guy. That's a spirit animal. Just nothing but a troll going around in the back areas of the arena, yelling at Lakers fans, goes outside, walking around, just talking bleep, just constantly talking bleep. And it's like, were people like heckling him and being horrible to him? I know that he got in an altercation with a couple of fans, and he proceeded to tell them that his Richard was grander than theirs. But outside of that, was everybody coming down on him? I mean, I never saw anybody saying anything bad to Anthony Edwards. So you'd think he was like this massive underdog that had always been underestimated and everybody had talked garbage about. So he's like, it's kind of a weird place for him to constantly be in.
No, he was the number 1 overall recruit coming out of high school, number 1 overall NBA pick. Like, this guy hasn't been.
So what's with the chip on the shoulder?
Honestly, I think he's just having a fun time. I think he is. I think he's just saying whatever's on his mind. The guy's never really had a filter.
Driving it and nothing behind it, kind of looks like a dick.
I don't really hate on it.
I'm not hating on it, Harris, but I'm just saying it doesn't look. I don't think I'd see, at least in public, Michael Jordan doing something like that.
No,
Kobe certainly would have never done anything like that.
None of them did.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron, he'll make a smarmy look on his face, but I mean, I don't understand. If you're this damn good, and Anthony Edwards is good, why the extra trolling? Why?
I think
it's unnecessary. It just shows a great deal of immaturity, and another reason why he ain't going to be the guy.
It's sort of like Barkley, like back in the day.
Barkley was never like this either.
I don't know.
Barkley, back in the day, Barkley is exactly now what he was then. The only thing is he would go out in the public and he'd sit there and have himself a hamburger. Then people would come at him. He never went at other people. They came at him. And when he defended himself, then that's when all those barbs and things, and one guy through a window. But, when all those things happened. So, Barkley maybe should have known better, and maybe he did, not to put himself in the public to have those things happen. But he was never a troll.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think a lot of it is just Anthony Edwards and his personality. Like, he's very unfiltered, authentically him, you could say. And so You know, I don't really have to be honest with you. I'm kind of neutral on it. I don't really hate it.
Well, Donnie says there's an ESPN article with all the writers that picked the Lakers to win the series, and none of them picked the Wolves. Well, that's not the fans. That's not the people he's yelling at and giving crap to as he goes around the Lakers arena. So maybe tweet at them. That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
These
You know
things,
what I mean?
yeah, sure. These things I wait to really meticulously to have an opinion on because I don't know if it's him first or I don't know if it's the fans first, and we never truly really know. So the way I see it with him is like, I don't have a problem with it. We don't quite know all the details. Something could have easily been said. That's kind of how I see it. I just kind of sit back and
this is actually the epitome of try to act like you've been there.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely acting the fool on this. This just, I mean, if there had been if there had been something clearly defined as a good enough reason, then I'd been like, that's hilarious. Yeah. But I'm not seeing it. I think you need to keep your eyes on your own work there, Anthony Edwards, and maybe look past the Lakers because you've got more to go. You're going to get the Rockets or the Warriors. Then after that, you're going to get the Thunders or who knows, Nuggets or Clippers. So you ain't done nothing yet.
Yeah.
So, I would take the ship off the shoulder and just start working because, it's coming, So Fish Tank says this Anthony Edwards stuff is fantastic. Makes it much easier to hate the Minnesota Donnie Dicks.
Wow.
It's hard for us because I don't have anything against the Timberwolves. And Anthony Edwards is a great player. Absolutely no doubt. But this just is a bad look. It's not like, I don't know, I'd be embarrassed if it had been somebody on the Suns acting this way if the Suns had won.
I wouldn't be. I mean, I would just say, let them, if you don't want them to act that way.
It just shows both of your guys' maturity level.
I would just say if you don't want them to act like that, beat them.
It's not about not wanting. I don't care what happens.
Yeah.
As I'm watching this from the side, I'm just like, that's not a good look.
Yeah.
That just it makes it hard to like him.
Well, I think that's why he's not the going to be, and you
he's
guys'
not.
eyes
He's
are
not going to be
the
guy.
face of the league because honestly, and I'm not saying this is a good or bad thing. I'm just saying this is what's going to happen. Is the league might view him as a PR nightmare and stray away from it.
Well, it's not about
what could happen.
The league. It's him himself is doing
and how
this
he's marketed
himself.
Well, he has there's a lot of other things too that have come up with him. And again, I'm not saying if Anthony Edwards is good for the league or bad for the league or whatever. What I'm saying is I think the NBA is going to see him potentially as a PR nightmare and say, I'm not sure we want to market this guy as much as some other guys.
Hard to get cuddly with this guy. Lost Toby says, I saw a few videos of LA people talking trash. Also, all the sports pundits discounted the Wolves. Hate ESPN yelling Lakers in 5. Listen, we didn't do that here. In fact, we called it the other way on this show.
Yeah,
honestly, we said, probably the Timberwolves. Because I don't feel like the Lakers, even with Luka, just had enough stability and depth. And of course, we all have talked about this till we're blue in the face. There's no big. So until there's a big, they ain't going to get anywhere.
This is the way Anthony Edwards plays his game, though. He's not just like that after winning a series. He's like that throughout the entire series. He is one of the chippiest players in the league. And if you watch any night, he's always chipping with somebody. It could be another player. It could be people in the stands. When he's on the bench, he could be turning around and being chippy with people. So
and then people in the stands know this, and so they're going to engage and go after him. Maybe it feeds them. Maybe it's going to be a distraction where someday it's going to be something really negative. Average Joe says if Ant tries that crap in Detroit, he's going to get shot. I hope not.
No.
Moist One says he might be trying to villainize himself. Maybe that gives him a biggest boost. Yeah, I get it. Some guys love the boos when they hear people booing. And maybe that's it. I don't know.
Maybe he does. It's his personality.
Whatever the case, I'm not a fan of it, to be honest. Not a fan. We got a bunch more basketball stuff to talk about. So the Timberwolves move on. Normally, again, this is the thing. I don't want to be guilty of the same thing that a lot of other sports guys are guilty of, but a couple of points did come up on the exit. And that is that JJ Redick got a huge vote of confidence from Rob Pelinka, which either means he's fired or Pelinka is semi-stupid. And then there's also the thing about will LeBron retire or not? I don't give a crap.
Yeah, I wonder if he has like a Kobe exit. That's my thought.
Oh, he might come back next year just for the tour.
Yep, because that would be kind of on brand for him.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's why he will probably come back next year. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll pick it right back up. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Count on Kohl's for those special gifts Mom deserves this Mother's Day. Inspire her inner chef with must-haves for her kitchen, wellness essentials for her fitness routine, and jewelry for her perfect night out. Plus, you can save 15% on some of your finds and earn Kohl's Cash. Find Mom's perfect gift in time for Mother's Day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer valid through May 11th. Kohl's Cash and coupons do not apply to Sephora. Exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for more details.
AZ Preps 365, your source for all the news, info, highlights, and more. Athlete news and interviews. Talk with coaches. Keep you up to date with the changes, moves, upcoming events, and more. AZ Preps 365, Arizona's ultimate prep sports show. If you miss a minute, you miss a lot. AZ Preps 365, Saturday mornings 8 till 10 on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. There's still time. Come to Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and get a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Mom, where are my keys?
Why do I have to take out the garbage? I'm too sick to go to school. Quit hogging the bathroom.
If you're having a hard time living with all the noise, it's even harder to live without it. One fake fentanyl pill could cost your child their life. Learn how to talk to your kids at TalkNowAZ.com. This message is sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canier, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
So, what's your favorite thing about sports? The excitement, the action, or the 5-meat pizza and the 6-pack? Bingo. That's what we thought. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Mother's Day, May 11th. You've got 11 days. 2 weeks away from Mother's Day.
Yes.
If you haven't thought about a gift for your mom or the mom in your life, it's okay. All you got to do is give her the day off.
Oh, I was going to say panic. Never mind me.
No, every year moms are asked what they want for Mother's Day. And what do I read in all these things? They always are hinting the same stuff. A nap, a day off.
Yes.
They're doing everything for the family, you know.
Yes.
They also like handmade gifts and cards, you know. So show your mom you care. Shave off that hair. Well, that was just for Harris, who's going to a wedding. Maybe he should shave his mustache. That's a Mother's Day present.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm going to see
Wow.
how she feels in person.
Okay.
Yep.
She's gonna slap that right off your face.
She's going to slap that hair right off of
your face.
Yeah. Mhm.
A new survey says 94% of moms said they'd like to have more sleep. Half the moms said a nap with no one needing you all the time would be nice and luxurious. Next best luxury was eating a meal while it's still hot, not making any decisions, and solo bathroom break.
Oh,
not making any decisions in a solo bathroom break. Yeah.
So if you're trying to figure out a gift, they're appreciated.
It's very informative.
Flowers, dinners out, those are nice. Bonus family time, of course. But nothing shows your appreciation for what moms do more than, just doing it yourself so they can hang out, kick back, and put their feet up.
Yeah.
So just think about that. But also don't show up empty-handed, you bastards.
Yeah.
Do something nice for your mom.
Yes.
Immediately,
if not sooner.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
As long as they're alive and not horrible.
My mom is dead.
Right. So that kind of, you're off the hook, but your wife is a mom.
My wife is a mom. Yes.
Now I know you're going to be tempted to say, not Randy, but other guys might be tempted to say, she's not my mom.
Well, no.
You still need to just do something nice for her.
You got to treat her nice.
Yeah.
We've got a 2-pack of tri-tip. I will be smoking the tri-tip this weekend.
Nice.
And I will prepare a nice romantic meal for her.
Excellent.
Awesome. Love it.
Excellent.
And we will have a nice meal. And
Well, I don't
she
know,
can,
man. A nice romantic meal on Mother's Day. It's like, she's like, man, that's how that got started the last
No,
time.
no.
Why do we got to?
See, we're not going to get.
Or are we going to start this up again?
We are not going to get involved in the Jungle Boogie.
Okay.
We are just going to have a nice, quiet,
okay,
romantic meal. No Jungle Boogie attached.
Okay. Well, I really don't mind. I'm just, just remember, practice safe jungle boogie. That's all.
Well, I don't have to.
Fish Tank says, Triple H, are you familiar with the Chia Pet? Just asking for no apparent reason at all.
Chia Pet. I'm not. No.
So go ahead and Google Chia Pet. And even watch a video on how it works. That's your face. Let's see. Bruno Baller says,
that's not nice.
Will the Timberwolves now play the winner of the Rockets Warriors? Yes, they will. I think, unless there's a seating change. Or would they do it? Yeah, see, that's, but they can put the Chia stuff over on a lip too. There's
I think
Chia
if I grow out my hair more,
Mm-hmm.
it could turn into that.
To be honest, the top of your head kind of looks like that too, doesn't it?
The top of my head?
Yeah.
It kind of does.
We should sell Chia Harrises.
Oh, it'd be great.
Maybe.
So help me out here. This is the reason you're here, Harris. Is there a reseating once? Okay, I didn't mean.
Wow.
That was completely by coincidence. It has
feel like-
nothing to do with your Chia Pet hair. I'm talking
Reseating,
about
eh?
of the. I've got the bracket here for the NBA playoffs.
Uh-huh.
So the Timberwolves have won their game. The Thunder have won their game. Now, when you have the winner of Rockets, Warriors, and Nuggets, Clippers, will there be a reseeding, or is that already just part of the bracket? Whoever wins Rockets, Warriors gets Timberwolves.
No reseating. Only a
Okay.
thing in the NFL.
Okay.
Yep.
So then, yes, to answer the question of whoever the hell it was, I think it was Bruno Baller. Yes, the Timberwolves will play the Rockets and or the Warriors.
Yeah,
There's no and,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying. So, do either of those teams have a chance against, the Timberwolves?
The Warriors absolutely have a chance. They might be the favorite, honestly, with the way they've looked.
Well, but last night though, man.
Last night was rough. I know last night was rough, but Houston's a good team, and in the NBA, there's always off nights. And when you're a little off, a team could get you. I don't care what it is. Houston's a darn good team, so it's fair that they at least got a little bit in this series. No, I think Golden State, if they win this series, get a little bit of time to get healthy, for Jimmy to get healthy, for Steph Curry to get healthy, they can win the whole thing. I think the question is,
wait, the whole thing?
Golden State can win the whole thing.
Over the Thunder.
Over the Thunder.
Wow. That's saying something right there.
I think the question is going to be Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler's health. If they're healthy, they can. If they're not, no way.
So people were saying that what's his name was going after Steph Curry's fingers.
Dylan Brooks, I saw
Yeah.
that. Yep.
I'm sure he was.
He was getting some hate. He was getting some hate for it.
Mhm.
And he was like, I think his response was, well, I'm not going to not go at it, I think. And, Dylan Brooks got a lot of hate for that, but he's a competitor, man. And when you see a weakness and the guy that you're paid $20 million a year to beat, hey, who can blame him?
There's a line though.
There
If
is
you
a
see
line for
weakness,
sure. There's a
exploit it. Like explaining the guy, he mentioned something about, I'm going to go after that guy's bad ankle. Well, you do that by going to the direction around him and trying to get him to turn.
Trying to get
on
him
that.
to turn. Yeah.
But
which
you don't
is-
sit there and kick it. And when you
No.
come to Steph Curry, when he's shooting, you don't intentionally hit the finger. Intentionally going after a finger physically by hitting it is wrong. That is dirty pool.
Yeah.
And he says, well, the rules are, if he's already shot and I make contact, there's no foul.
Yeah. Dylan Brooks
They
said,
need
here's
to
the quote.
work on that rule, I think.
Yeah, honestly, he said, if I had an injured ankle, or being Steph Curry, I would attack that ankle every single time. So whatever they're saying on the broadcast, they can keep saying it. That's what he said. So I think
Dylan
he's
Brooks is a
agreeing.
punk, by the way.
I think
He
he's
is a punk.
I think he's good for the NBA. I'll be
Well,
honest.
everybody's trying to be the next Draymond Green, right? You're right, Lost Toby. I mean, you're looking at Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is way too talented to be called the next Draymond. I think it's more Dylan Brooks than anybody.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Brooks, the thing about Dylan Brooks that people don't get is he's a darn good player. Like when I mentioned this days ago.
He got destroyed.
He gets a
by
bad rap
LeBron.
sometimes, but as a Memphis fan, I watched Memphis with that guy on Memphis, and they were a
Yeah,
2 seed
fast
near
forward
conference
to
finals.
now, though,
and then
Harris.
now Dylan
You
Brooks
can't-
leaves.
Yeah, you can't talk about college.
And look at no, I'm talking about the Grizzlies, like the NBA
I
team.
keep forgetting that's an actual NBA team. Sorry.
Yeah, no, a lot of people do. He was on the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies were the 2 seed. Like they were really good. He leaves. They get really way worse on defense. Goes to Houston. Houston immediately is the 2 seed in the West, gets really competitive. So Dylan Brooks is a better player than people give him credit for. However, yeah, he does get a bad rap around the league. I think he's good for basketball. I think he is.
Donnie says, ha, 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 ha. The Warriors, good one, young buck.
All right. Hey, this is a 4-time champs, man. And Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is fantastic. Just give him time to get healthy, man. That's what I'm saying.
Mr. Wilbur says, if you pull my finger, you'll get the vapors. Nobody's
Wow.
pulling fingers. He hit his finger.
Wow.
Yeah.
The
Fish
vapors.
Tank.
Wow.
Fish Tank says, Dylan Brooks, Anthony Edwards. I feel like Triple H is just full of a fan of punks.
I'll tell you what, I like guys that are in this hyper offensive scoring league. I like guys that are a little chippy. I think it's great for the NBA. I do.
That chippiness, it doesn't get you there.
I think. Well, the thing is,
It's not going to get you there.
It makes
It
for an
might be
entertaining
something
product.
that gets you gunged up a little bit here and there, but you can't live there. That's a place where you're gonna self-destruct.
I think the NBA gets a bad rap for having a bunch of ISO ball, lax defense, guys not caring. And I'm not saying this is true. I'm just saying this is what people believe. So to have a guy like Dylan Brooks, who's chippy, who's in your face, Anthony Edwards, who's living it out, honestly, and to have guys like that, it's great for the NBA. It makes people watch. It makes people like me who love defense and love that chippiness and to say, heck yeah, this is awesome.
Let me tell you what's bad for the NBA
Yeah.
is when any Kardashian or Jenner shows up to watch.
Oh, that's
And
not good.
Timothy Chalamet, I guess, is dating Kylie Jenner, and they went to the
Oh,
Lakers game. And what he doesn't understand is she's just looking for new talent in a different way. He's not long for this world with her, and she's just looking for the next basketball player's career to ruin. That is the Kardashian curse right there.
Uh-huh.
And so just feel bad for little Timothy Shamalama Ding Dong.
It's a thing. Just ask Chris Humphries. The Kardashian curse exists.
Well, I mean,
Tristan Thompson, too.
the
Devin
Jenners
Booker.
are not as it's not as potent with the Jenners, but it does matter because guess who Devin Booker was dating one of the Jenner girls, and they lost the championship. So I'm just saying.
No, he might be onto something.
He's dating her again, by the way.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh,
a different one, not the one that Timothy Shamalama Ding Dong's dating. It's a different one.
He's dating the
Tank Blood says somebody's going to be multiple-time MVP, but I don't know who they're talking about. Donnie Edwards. Donnie, he wants to be his husband. He says Anthony Edwards can talk trash because he's one of the few who can back it up. He can. You are correct. But it still is not a great look. All right. Hour 2 is next. Daily Blender, 1580, Fanatic.
Are you looking for career opportunities with great benefits and job growth? How about the chance to make an impact? What we do here at the City of Phoenix matters. 14,000 employees and counting, all dedicated to making a difference in the communities where they live, work, and play. So come join us. Help us do work that makes Phoenix work. You can see all open positions and apply at phoenix.gov/jobs. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken karaage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone. Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. 1, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189, or just go to harmonsolar.com.
This is the Chef of Love, Chef Jannard, TV host and restaurateur. My grandparents harvested their land to sell food and share this overflowing bounty with our community. Grandma said, for every yam we pick, we give one away. In the world they cultivated, I love preparing and eating dinner with my family on Sundays. When our resources changed, food assistance programs sustained us. They gave me fuel to start my first culinary business at 16 years old, and inspiration to donate the extra food in my community. Through my life, I've developed an appetite to work with others to ensure everyone has access to the nutritious food we need to thrive. Together, we can help end hunger. Come on, join the movement with Feeding America by volunteering, donating, and advocating. Learn more at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time. Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. All right, got to clean up whatever's left here on the text line here. Big George wants to know if we have a TTY service. He says, I got a work meeting coming up and I have to have my camera and mic on, but I could read along to the transcript of the show. There has to be some deaf people out there who are fans of the show. Yeah, I don't think so, man. Although, you know what? Let me check something. I'm going to go and take a quick peek at our YouTube. I think if you hit closed captioning, or is that only on the recording?
Yeah, you can do that on YouTube. You can you can put subtitles in there.
It's not doing it live though.
Oh, okay. I see.
I don't think, because I'm clicking on it and hitting the closed captioning. I don't see closed captioning coming up. So. So sorry. Sorry, George. It just no. Swazman says, Jeffrey, I've been watching Major League Baseball every day on Amazon Prime at my clients' houses while I'm pet sitting. Okay, and okay.
Thank you for the heads up.
Well, I think it goes back to the discussion we had last hour about the races and some of the other things being on Amazon Prime.
They do fine.
We talked about that.
Yeah, they do fine. It was like, I thought maybe there'd be more of the text, like, after I got bored going through all of their drawers and all of their diaries and, sitting in their refrigerator naked. I don't know. Just
sitting in their refrigerator.
Why not? Yeah, it's hot outside. You get a little relief there, Get a little cool down. That's all you need.
Yes.
Base Slappa thinks Anthony Edwards is going for a TV show.
Wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised.
Oh, your dad texted. He says, hey, May is busy, Harris. Wedding, Mother's Day, both grandmother's birthday, Memphis and May barbecue, Kentucky Derby, steeplechase, UT graduation, beach vacay.
Wow, beach vacay.
May is an extremely busy month for me.
And what about this Memphis in May? That my ears started burning there. You guys, does your dad go down and is he a contestant in the great grand barbecue contest?
I actually don't. I mean, that doesn't involve me, but that may involve him. I don't know. He's kind of mysterious.
So is he a big barbecue connoisseur?
He's a big barbecue guy.
Wow.
He loves some barbecue.
Okay,
I mean, I love barbecue as well. I'm all.
Well,
for
is he like? Does he have like a collection of smokers out there on the farm?
Oh yeah, I mean, he can make some. He makes some good barbecue stuff, man. He can.
You
get
just
the
don't
stuff
know
going.
what kind of stuff it is. But
Well,
he makes
chicken usually.
chicken,
all that stuff. Ribs. He loves making ribs. Like
some sort of ribs.
Not what you guys are talking about, but Average Joe said something interesting.
Hmm.
He said closed captioning works on the YouTube app on my phone.
Oh,
when you're
okay.
watching live.
I knew it would work
I mean,
somehow.
there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's that, but I clicked on it on a computer and I couldn't see it live. So hey, try it. Hit closed captioning, see what you get.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. So yeah, I think if somebody was saying, hey, let's go to this barbecue competition, I don't think I'd be wanting to go there to do the cooking. I'd be going and doing the eating, Randy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would love to go around the country to some of these. Memphis in May is a really big barbecue competition.
Yeah.
People come from all over
lot
the
of
world,
places. Yep.
not just the United States, all over the world.
Why
It's a huge
Memphis?
deal.
Well, it's one of the oldest and longest running barbecue competitions.
Yep.
It's always in May in Memphis. These guys get there on like a Thursday and they set up their camp and they've got all their smoker gear out there. Some of these guys have, hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in like trailers and motorhome combos that all of their smoker pits are involved in the trailers and they start the fires usually on Friday morning and they start doing competition for pork. Sometimes it's brisket, ribs, chicken. They have a whole gambit of things they have to meet.
Started in 1977, so
There you
it's been a thing for a hot minute.
And you win at Memphis in May, you're winning a good chunk of change and also reputation from the barbecue community around
Love
the
that Randy
country.
knows this much about this.
This one says, when is Memphis in May?
Yeah,
Well,
it's actually in May.
May?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
in
May.
May.
Yeah.
Guessing May, Moist One.
Yeah.
He says he might have to make a trip. Or
Well,
is
yeah.
this like a week? Is it 2 weeks?
No, it's just like a weekend. You go there.
Which
I
weekend,
thought it
I
was
think,
more
is what
than
he
that.
wants to know.
I'm pretty sure it's like a week.
Yeah, ask
is it?
your dad, because we don't know.
Well, maybe. I would have to look it up. Memphis in May. Let's see here.
Memphis in May is a big deal, man. I mean, people, like Randy said, people travel from all around the world for that, and so a lot of good stuff too. And barbecue in Memphis is like it's a staple.
It says here the festival takes place throughout the entire month of May. There's a festival that goes on. The actual
When's
contest.
the good eating?
The good eating is the third weekend. It's
you
May
go.
14th through the 17th, and it's at the Great River Run. I'm sorry, it's in Memphis, May 14th through the 17th.
All right, so I'm glad we cleared that up for everyone. Wilbur says, Randy, what gave it away that Memphis in May was actually in the month of May?
Oh, yeah, I know.
Moist One says, that won't work for me.
That's too bad.
Harris's dad says ribs, butts, shoulders, whole hog. I'm on a team in our 20th year. Whole hog world champion twice.
No kidding.
Wait a second.
Wow.
So Harris, you didn't know that your dad was a champion barbecuer?
I literally had no idea.
Wow.
Then he must be lying. How did you not
you,
know that?
You don't lie about that. This is a big thing, man. I mean, you make big money.
He makes really good.
We're going to
like,
need to see
really
some
good
pictures of
ribs.
that, Don.
Oh my God,
Don, we're going to need pictures.
I need to take a week off, Jeffrey, and I have to go with him to Memphis in May. I'm sorry.
You're always welcome, Randy. Always welcome.
We just put this damn thing to the network. I don't care.
And me and Miss Kim are we're flying out there, Don. You better be ready.
Perhaps a
because
Daily
I'm going
Blender
with
show
you.
in Memphis.
Be ready for a week of betting radio. You know what I'm saying? Dimeback dude says Kansas City has better barbecue than Memphis. Just saying.
Oh my God,
Stop
easy.
it. Stop
Easy.
it. No, that's not true at all.
Easy now.
Memphis
Hefty
has got
Lefty
way more
says,
history at the barbecue too.
If I was judging that competition, I would need at least 3 shirts a day because the meat sweats would be flowing like a fire hydrant.
You know, and the thing
Worth
about
it.
Memphis in May, it is so difficult. They judge you on many different things, not just the eating part. Appearance, the way you present the product. They go in these styrofoam boxes, and you have to have them presented neatly. They've got to have the color of the meat, whatever it is, the pork or the whole hog or the brisket, whatever, the color, the texture, and then they do the bite of the meat, and what is the bite like, and then it's about the taste. What are you tasting?
Yeah.
How juicy is it? How pleasing is it? And they do these. It's all blind judged.
Wilbur,
my
this is the
God.
thing for you.
Well, there you go, Wilbur. I mean, you would be huge in Memphis during the month of May. Huge.
I think we'd all be huge in Memphis
Huge.
if we ate enough.
We all would be, and they are. Don't get me wrong; they usually all are.
Yeah.
Silly Wabbit says, Harris, do you have daddy issues?
No.
I didn't know your dad even had a magazine. Moislin
Oh.
says, yeah, we need some whole hog pics. And your dad says, I have a picture of Harris at Memphis in May when he was 3. My team is Barbecue Republic. Okay, well, Don, I'm saying I need to see your, I need to see your award, or I need to see. Of course, I'm sure you've got pictures of the barbecuing and the stuff in your team. I think you're just making this up, to be honest.
Oh no, I don't think so. Guys don't play games.
Ron, Randy, I'm just trying to get him get the picture.
Oh, I see.
I'm calling him out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I would not
Produce
be surprised. I would not be surprised.
See, the fact you don't know is just odd.
my dad, he's done a lot of things. Like he's
obviously he's like sent you to boarding school, and he's like, oh crap, here comes Harris again.
No.
Great. Guess who's back? Don't tell him about the fact I go to this Memphis in May thing.
He's gonna get FOMO.
He's gonna want to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
The last thing I need is this kid run around with his hairy face and hair just all over the place when I'm trying to cook some
Mustache
barbecue.
flaunting everywhere. Ladies loving it. Fan. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it. That would be too much. Too much.
Your dad
attention.
says, y'all come on Elvis Town and live broadcast. Where do I send the pics? You just text them right here. Hefty Lefty says, presentation is the most overrated part of any food competition.
Are you kidding me?
I agree. Smell, taste, texture. That's what you go. How does it taste? Does it taste good? That's all I care about. I don't care if it looks good.
Oh no,
I'm
that's
with
all
you, Hefty.
You eat with your eyes first, Jeffco.
That's a good way to get an infection.
If your meat shows up, and then who
Excuse
doesn't
me?
want their meat to be presentable?
My meat still shows up, even at my
look,
age.
Mine is
if your meat shows up and it doesn't look good, it will not pass the test.
I had no complaints.
Yeah, it can't pass the test.
You can't just throw your meat up there
Your
and
meat
have
has
it
to
in
be
any
presentable. That's
condition.
right.
You know what I mean?
I feel like there's
You can't make it
lawsuits
look
involved.
like some sort of a horrible automobile accident. I mean, you got to have this thing. It's got to be neat, and it's got to be sweet, and it's got to be pretty, and it's got to be just right.
So if
And
there's anything,
you're judged on all of these things.
So if there's anything we learned about Memphis in May, it's that we can't throw our meat up there. It
No,
has
what
to be
we've
presentable,
learned, what
neat,
we've
and
learned,
pretty.
Harris, is that if it don't look good, if the presentation ain't there, Randy does not want your meat in his mouth.
Try presenting your meat to your significant partners and see if it goes well. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just throw it up there. Just say, hey, here's my meat, whammo, and then just see what happens.
What if you don't have a significant other? What does that look like?
What?
I don't have a significant.
Then it really
other.
doesn't matter what
Well,
your meat
you
looks
you
like.
do.
Yeah.
You got your.
Well, I
little
was saying
gal there.
spouse. Like, oh, I thought you.
No,
meant
I
like
didn't say spouse. That's
Oh,
why I
a
said significant.
other.
I didn't want to. I'm trying to cover the whole gambit.
Yeah,
here,
yeah, you
see.
are. You're doing a good job.
I'm very inclusive. I'm not exclusive.
Yeah.
Big George says, with all these trips that Harris has planned for May, beach day, weddings, grandparents, birthdays, Memphis in May, will you actually have time to work at your job? Well, we got Phil coming in. We got Phil coming in to hang out.
Yep. Phil the fill-in. We'll be back, and everyone's going to be filled up.
Swave Dave says Barbecue Republic. That is a great texter nickname. That should be your dad's
That is a
nickname.
heck of a texter nickname.
There you go. There you go.
Even though he put on there as his nickname, Don Hicks, dad of Harris, but I just call him Harris's dad. But if he wanted to be Barbecue Republic, I mean, it's too late now. He's not. Well, he's not incognito.
I don't think
anymore,
it's too late. I don't think it's too late.
It's always
Here you
too
go.
late.
Here you go.
If I say it's too late, it's too late.
All right, so I'm pulling this up now. Okay, this is what came up on the Goog for Barbecue Republic. Has a history of participating in the Memphis in May World Championship.
Pictures?
I'm getting to it. The 47th annual contest is scheduled for blah blah blah. They placed in 23. They placed second in the whole hog division.
Randy?
Now, do you know what that means?
Randy.
What?
There's a Barbecue Republic of Texas. There's a Barbecue
No.
Republic. Are you sure you have the right one?
Yeah. Ask Don. He'll tell you.
I'll try to. He's going to send pictures.
Second in the whole hog division, and there's a picture there. I'm trying to get it, bring it up right now. I'm on the Memphis in May International Festival website right now.
Wow. Are you sure you got the right guys?
I'm telling you, these are the guys.
I know you're telling me, but you confirmed.
Oh my God. Hey, Don, do you wear like red shirts?
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
everybody who's in a bar.
No.
Quiet
No.
Cannon says, there's different styles of barbecue depending on where you're at. You have Texas barbecue.
Yeah.
You got the Memphis barbecue, and you got Midwest Kansas City barbecue.
Yeah,
Maybe
there-
Harris's dad could tell us some of the finer differences of those styles
He
of
probably
barbecue.
could. He definitely could.
Now,
actually.
Harris, what does your dad look like?
What does my dad look like?
Yeah,
well,
because I want to send this picture. I'm going to try to clip. If this is your dad in this picture, I want to
well,
send this to him.
think professional, right?
How many guys do you need on this team anyway?
High and tight haircut, right? Gray hair, glasses, usually wearing a nice preppy button down, jeans.
Well, no, this is at Memphis in May. I mean,
okay, you're talking about
some belligerent kid is holding the giant trophy. Some guy with a gray goatee is, one of those goats. He's yakking on the microphone, but there's a cat standing here that looks like what I think your dad would look like, is holding a $25,000 check. From
year?
Memphis in May.
What year would that?
2023.
I feel like it would have been before. It would have been like when in his younger days. That's my guess.
All right.
But
I don't care about any of this. You know what I want? I want some barbecue. Give me some of the
Gosh,
food.
this is
Let me
making
tell
me
you.
so
Here's
hungry.
here's what we got to do, Harris.
Yeah, okay.
Get your dad to like pack it in some, I don't know, tinfoil and styrofoam and send us some samples.
Yeah.
Trying to find
FedEx
some-
over to the studios, and
There's-
then we'll come in and we'll
there's,
sample
Oh heck yeah.
Sweet-
the sweet barbecue meat.
There's Sweet Cheeks Barbecue. I've heard of them. Sweet Cheeks. Yeah. Sweet Cheeks
That was my-
Barbecue.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was one of my nicknames.
Silly Wabbit says Speedo Phil's coming back.
Chicks.
Yeah, he's gonna fill in. He's gonna hang
He's
out.
gonna fill in. Yep.
Hefty Lefty says Vegas should take note. Forget Wet Republic. Give me a daily club called Barbecue Republic, and I'll be there 24/7 during a Vegas trip.
Best Damn Barbecue. I've heard of them. Best Damn Barbecue. Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Mhm.
Glendale
that's
Mullet
making me so
says,
hungry.
when are we doing a smokeout show? I know we keep
Oh,
talking about
man.
doing that.
Oh my
Just getting
God.
a bunch of people there with their smokers and their barbecues. and just like make a circle, kind of like you circle the wagons there in the old westerns.
Oh,
and we just do nothing but
Here we go.
barbecue.
Here we go. Memphis-based Barbecue Republic plays second in whole hog at the 23 Memphis in May World Championship Barbecue, and it's a big giant. I'm going to clip this right. I mean,
all right, put it on the. Send it to me on the text line, Randy, so I can take a look.
I will.
Feel free to send it to me, Randy, and I can.
No, to hell with Harris. Send it to me.
I'll hook you up.
Yeah,
I'll
send it
take
to me
care
if
of
you
it.
want.
I mean, his dad never thought to include him. Why should we?
I mean, if Jeffrey really wants it, then.
Are you like Dad? Why didn't you ever take me?
Yeah, I am kind of like puzzled. I am like, wait, what? Like this is. Yeah,
All right, he just sent me a picture of a pig with glasses and a cigarette.
There you go. I just sent it to you.
And
on
then
the
a
text line.
green sign that says Barbecue Republic.
I just sent it to you. Now,
I don't know
where
which one of these is
I don't know where
Harris's
his dad
dad
is.
in the picture.
I don't know where Harris's dad in there is in this picture either. But
if you
maybe,
send it to, if
I'm
one of you
trying
guys
to.
sends
I'm
it to
trying
me,
to
I'll be
right
able to
now.
tell if it's out.
I'm trying to, Harris. Stop!
Yeah, Randy doesn't work well under pressure.
Randy, yeah, rare meltdown from Randy.
Wilbur
Just
says,
there. That
Harris,
was an
tell your
outburst.
dad that he'd be welcome to come and use my grill, and he can cook for all of us at my house. I'm
Cool.
sure that's the first thing he was thinking there, Wilbur.
All right,
well,
Harris,
that
it's on
might
the
be-
way. It's on the way.
Okay.
Swave Dave wants to know if you think Filthy Phil has a toilet barbecue. I think he has a
Mm.
toilet in his backyard and hibachi right off the back
Oh
of it.
yeah, absolutely.
Although you could probably, if there's no water in it, you could actually make a grill out of a toilet. You put all the charcoal inside the water tank, and then you put the grill across the top of the empty water tank. You could grill. I don't think that heating up a toilet would make it crack or explode. Do you?
I don't see my dad in this picture. I don't know what. Maybe he was the one taking
But
the.
is that
I
the
have no
team
idea.
though?
I guess.
Give him the one where there's just one guy
I
standing
s-
there
See the
on the
trophy.
stage with his
I
arms open wide. Is
I
that his
see the
dad?
trophy.
I don't think
No,
so.
I'm trying to find him, and I
I
can't.
think your dad is just screwing with us now.
I can't. I don't even know. I can't find him on there.
Zay says, Jeffrey, your redneck is showing. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What did I
yeah.
say? What did I
Heck
say?
yeah.
Ah, boy.
Oh, you're talking about my idea with the toilet? No, it's just engineering. I mean, there's a big hole where the water tank is. You take the plunger thing out and you take the other thing out and then you just fill it with charcoal, light it, and you have a grill across the top. It's ceramic. I think it would probably be fine. Or crack from the heat. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't find my dad.
I'm intrigued in having a toilet barbecue.
A toilet barbecue.
Do you recognize anybody in that picture though, Harris?
Did you send him the one at the end where?
No.
No.
I don't recognize anyone in this picture.
Oh wait,
Dawn's
Here-
going to have to hook us up here.
tell you what, Harris. First off, your dad could just send these to you directly. I don't know why
Yeah.
we're doing this the hard way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
why
I
we're doing
have
this.
no idea. Yeah.
But I will send over the pictures that he just sent in on the text line, and then we'll see if you recognize anybody.
Yeah, feel free. I can't recognize. Yeah, no
I
one
wonder
in
if
here
anybody
recognizes.
listening cares.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Swave Dave says, Harris, instead of being a barbecue master, would you rather your father be an international spy?
Good question. International
Wow.
spy would be pretty cool.
Wrong. You want him to be the barbecue master because then you get the barbecue. You get to eat
Yeah,
it. If he's
yeah,
an
yeah.
international
But what if
spy,
you
you get
learn?
nothing.
What if you learn how to be an international spy yourself? How
It's
cool
a
would
good
that
way
be?
to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
But
by
it'd
the
be pretty
way,
cool. Pretty badass way of
you are
of
no
getting killed.
master of disguise with that fake mustache of yours.
No. I did not get this mustache from Party City.
Hefty
I grew
lefty,
it.
you're right. You could call it porcelain pork if you made your grill out of the toilet. Now there's a picture he sent with him. I don't know who these people are, but there's a girl with a bikini.
What?
That's what I said.
I don't want to see that.
What is your dad doing with bikini-clad women?
I have no idea.
Hey, are you the guy on the right with no shirt on and looks like you're
What?
at Mardi Gras?
What?
Are you the guy on the left with the? Does your dad have a dimple in his chin?
Yeah.
Well, that's him with the. He's at least got a shirt on, so that I appreciate.
Well,
that.
okay.
Yeah, I'll send these over to you, Harris, during the break. By God, let's take a break. We come back. I want to.
I agree.
I do want to talk about the Dimebacks a little bit. It's the Daily
Yeah,
Blender
sure.
here on 1580, The Fanatic.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning, life, and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. Classes start May 14th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Brian Gutekunst here, the general manager of the Packers. How do you take in what's going on with Rodgers right now?
Yeah, I really like the chair I'm sitting in now and viewing it from that chair than the one I was before. Yeah, he was a great player here, and there's so much appreciation for him from our organization, from myself. And you're kind of rooting from him from afar to keep playing because he's such a great talent. He's had a long, really good career, and if he decides to hang it up, then that's pretty good. 20-some years.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Sorry for these ultra long commercial breaks, ladies and gentlemen. It was a lot to sit through.
Very long.
Harris, did you get the email? Because I don't want to say nothing, but I don't think that's your mom.
I am oh,
In
okay.
that picture.
Let me see.
I could be wrong.
Okay. It's loading. Okay, I see the pig.
All right. Well, okay. Since you're on dial-up, we can
him?
just come back around when you see the pictures.
Oh yeah, no, that is him on the right. That is not my mom, and that is him on the right.
Is him on the right shirtless?
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know. And
Slave Dave wonders if maybe your dad really is a spy and his cover is just being the barbecue guy.
But that is him at the Barbecue Republic. I can't see that. But yeah. I'm just as confused as you guys are. I'm gonna be honest. I'm very confused.
Yeah, but I'll sleep better than you. Yeah, you're gonna be wondering the hell's going on with your family.
I probably will be.
And you're all the way across the country.
Yeah, I'm a little bit like, what the heck? Like, I was left out. Dang. Oh, what the heck, man?
Well, my what the heck is why the commercial breaks are so damn short. I don't.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Something has broken. I've got to get in there and get in there and fix or something.
Yeah.
Here we to fix this. I'm just going to do this so that doesn't happen again. All right. 888-368-1580. Silly Wabbit says, now that we've verified that Harris's dad, maybe we need to verify who his mom is. I think he knows who his mom is.
All
I
right.
think she's the woman's going to slap the mustache right off his face when she sees him because he's refused to shave it off. Can you talk about the Ninebacks, please?
We can do that.
Yes.
They won.
Yeah.
They won. They won the series. I mean, like yesterday we left. The Mets were up on them, and we were like, "Oh my God, the pitching!" And oh my God, this. And next thing you know, bam! What happens? Just Torey Lovello earning his 600th win as a manager, and the Diamondbacks were able to put some runs together, and Corbin Burns earned his first win as a Diamondback. And then today you got even though Juan Soto was able to hit his first 2 home runs, and those are the 2 on the board for the Mets. Like you said, Zach Gallen pitched a good game, only 2 hits over 6 innings.
Man, let me tell you something. Zach Gallen. Let me start with yesterday. Corbin Burns was dealing, and Lovello took him out too soon, in my opinion. Now, I'm not coaching the team. I'm just saying, in my opinion, you let Corbin Burns, you let Corbin go back
first home run of Juan Soto.
Well, you let Corbin go back out there and pitch until he can't do it anymore. Now, today, Zach Gallen was just absolutely dealing. He wasn't spot on. It wasn't like he had full control, but he got, I think, 13 Ks. And then Ginkel came in after Robertson came in, I think, had a clean inning. Ginkel came in. And then they tried that Harris kid to shut him down. And what's that?
You say my name? That
no,
Harris kid?
Not everything's about you, Harris.
No, I was talking about the Diamondbacks because
okay.
Puck and the other guy.
Pay attention and stop thinking about your dad's double life.
Yeah, well,
get on the ball. This is your job, kid.
But today, as in yesterday, the Diamondbacks kept grinding it out. This is what I mean by this team. Offensively grinding things out. They just keep working and keep working. and it's hard to keep this team down. Then when they get on base, they are a force to be reckoned with. They're stealing bases, looking for opportunities to move to another base, going for an extra base when they probably shouldn't. Corbin Carroll tried to steal. He got shut down today one time, but it didn't, quiet him down because he kept going for it. And then how about Geraldo Perdomo hitting a key home run after the Mets had got a run in the bottom half of the prior inning.
Yeah.
And Perdomo comes up and hits one into the seats in right field. I'm so happy for this team. They've really kept grinding, kept working hard.
It ain't all fixed.
No, it's not fixed. But I think what you've seen over the last couple of days is very encouraging when you see Corbin out there and had the kind of game that he did, and then Zach Gallen goes out there right on the heels of that game and shut the Mets down, who, by the way, were absolutely crushing the ball, and they shut everybody down. Now, Soto's going to get his home runs. I mean, that's going to happen. You just don't want him to do it when there's runners on base, and that's the key. So good for them. Good game today. A wonderful outing for I hope this really translates well. A wonderful outing for the Milkman. So good for him.
Also very important to remember that Ginkel is Einhorn, and Einhorn is Ginkel.
Einhorn is Ginkel. Yes, absolutely.
Harris
I've been
has no idea what that
trying to keep sharing that with the audience, and
Ginkel is Einhorn.
Yeah.
Einhorn is Ginkel.
It's very, very hard to keep that going on. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not even going to tell him, ladies and gentlemen, just let him live in ignorance. I'm like, he ain't going to watch it anyway. Anytime we told him to watch a movie, he's like, oh, yeah, I'll watch it. Okay, Eddie Haskell, you ain't watched nothing, have you? Not a thing. Haven't watched anything.
What do you
Did
mean,
you watch
anything?
Top Secret? That's the only thing I've asked.
I still have not yet. No, I still have not. I will get to it.
Moistman says, laces out, Dan. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Quiet Cannon says, Randy, what's up with Corbin Carroll these days? Swinging at everything. Can't somebody tone him down a little?
Well, listen, I don't have a problem with him going all in and swinging at pitches. Yeah, I mean, he's getting fooled a couple of times, but have you seen what he's doing? Have you seen his on base plus slugging? I mean, it's way up there. He's perfect to be in the leadoff spot for this team. Corbin Carroll is the spark that gets the rest of this team running when they get on base. So good for him. Yeah, he got fooled a couple of times, but he generally puts the ball in play.
Corbin Carroll's batting average is up from 231 to 289. His OBP is up. His slugging is up from 428 to 625. I don't want to hear any of the what's up with Corbin Carroll.
I got no problem with Corbin Carroll.
He's been fantastic this year.
Phil T-Licious says, enjoyed this little tidbit. And here is the tidbit that he enjoys. Something about the Cubs. Oh, the Cubs figured out Paul Skeens today.
Oh, boy,
hit
did they.
3+ home runs versus Paul Skeens. Dansby Swanson, Kyle Tucker, and say Hart over
Suzuki.
the name. Yeah, I can't see the whole thing.
Yeah, Suzuki. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It happens with pitchers, man. Every pitcher has a blow up.
Well, and Senga for the Mets today. I mean, he has 7 pitches in his arsenal, and he was throwing that what he calls a ghost splitter. And what happens is he throws this splitter. It goes up to the plate. You think you have a beat on it, and then all of a sudden, whoop, it's gone. You don't know where it went. That's why he calls it the ghost splitter. They got on him, and he had a sub 2 ERA. Still does. But the Diamondbacks got on him. I'm proud of this offense. They stayed after him, and they got some hits off of him, and they scratched across a couple of runs on him. So good for them.
Yeah, and everyone's saying, "Oh, Torrey needs to be fired. Oh, we need to change the pitching coach."
It's mostly George.
Look, yeah, I'm going to say this, man. I said this yesterday. Baseball's like the game of life. It's every day. You can't overreact. You can't underreact. Football, it's different. If you go on a 3-game losing streak, then, well, all of a sudden you're starting to get a little bit concerned. Baseball, there's 162 games. There's a lot of game left. There's no need to over and underreact to little losing streaks.
Yeah.
We learned that yesterday and today. We've learned that. So, look, the Diamondbacks are going to continue doing what they're doing. There's going to be good times. There's going to be bad times. But overall, they should contend. And things are going to get better when Ketel comes back, too. Keep that in mind.
And by the way, good news on that. He's told Ketel Marte has told Torey Lovello he's ready to go. He's
Well,
happy to
awesome.
go. He's happy
That's
to play
awesome.
the game.
But
And
bad news, Justin Martinez, a reliever for the Diamondbacks, he just placed on the IL with a bum shoulder.
That's not great.
So they sent him back to Phoenix to
been
find
really
out
good.
what's going on. But other than that,
Kettle Metal, get it back out there.
Cattell is ready to go, I think. So
Yep.
Raven Kids, Ginkle, Finkel, Einhorn. He says, all I know is Einhorn could tinkle standing up. That's true.
That could be.
That's true. No, he's not wrong. Tank
All right.
Blood says, look out for Captain Winky. Big George says, what?
Huh.
Oh,
You look shocked.
Well, because it says Happy Taco Tuesday, but I realize he's just trying to take credit for something. So he's resending a text he sent on Tuesday where he said, yes, Zach Gallen is struggling unless he's playing in New York. So he should dominate Thursday against the Mets. I predict the Diamondbacks will win 2 out of 3 in New York against the Mets. So yes, George did predict this.
I mean, thank you, Big George. We always appreciate when it's positive coming from you. Yeah, absolutely. The audience here on the studio appreciate it as well. Yep. Good job.
Swave Dave says, Jeffrey, in the entire time Keon was on the show, did he ever actually watch something that you told him to? No.
No, he
No.
didn't.
I don't
At
think
least he lowered the
anyone
bar.
ever has.
At least he lowered the bar for me.
I actually brought the DVD in. I brought the DVD of some movie in for a previous producer, and I handed it to him. And when I got it back from him later, I said, did you watch it? He's like, no, I didn't watch it. I think it was The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
So, Fish Tank says, imagine being a Dolphins fan growing up in early 90s and having to constantly hear, laces out, Dan.
Yeah.
You think that might have jinxed your team? So what we're talking about, Harris.
Okay.
It's from the 90s.
Ace Ventura, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that.
The movie.
Yeah, I love
Not
that
the cartoon you probably watched, but the movie.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Ginkle is Einhorn. Einhorn is Ginkle.
Anything Jim Carrey, I'm all about it.
So, Fish Tank. I think maybe that jinxed your team. I don't know. Swazman says, Randy, very impressive by your Diamondbacks grinding out a series win on the East Coast in the spring. That's not easy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Now on the way to Philly. That's right. Merrill Kelly will be on the mound against the Phillies on Friday, which is tomorrow, by the way.
I hope that what happened in New York give the pitching staff, the starting pitching staff, some chutzpah, some of that chutzpah that they need to really get going. Because now you got Merrill Kelly. What if he goes into to Philly and keeps those Philadelphia power bats quiet? I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I feel like Merrill Kelly, it's kind of a competition between these guys. When they get out there, one guy has a good game, the next guy tries to outdo that guy. It's that good, friendly competition.
I know. I mean, forget that you're being paid millions.
Well, I know that, but
make sure you're competing with your own players. That's
good. Well,
Well,
good luck, Merrill Kelly.
Yeah.
So Big George says, I think Big George even wants the new Suns GM fired. Yes, it's already time. According to Big George, he's a bum. He should be fired.
Well, you guys already know he was the programmer.
Big George is a programmer.
No.
Harris,
the new
pay
GM
attention.
Is the programmer.
Oh, I thought you were saying, I knew that. I thought you were
Harris
saying Big
either
George
has an
was a
infection or he's trying to text on his phone because the entire show he's been looking at his crotch.
I think what
Just
he's doing
looking
is
right down.
I
don't know what's going on over
texting
there.
his dad. He's like, "How could you, Dad?"
I think that's what's happening. We have some
could you?
family drama going on.
I
in the
am
background
jotting
here.
down notes of the show at the moment.
Raven Kid says Lavello's not the idiot. Mike Hazen is the problem.
Well,
Whoa, that's bull crap.
Yeah, I want to address that point. But Mike Hazen has done a great job.
Yeah.
Number one, getting us some good young talent in our farm system that can go down there and learn how to play the game right. Number two, bringing up those youngsters. You used to talk about Pavin Smith, one of our farm guys. Ketel Marte, one of our farm guys. You want to talk about what's his name? It's right field.
That guy.
Corbin Carroll, one of our farm guys.
Alec
I mean,
Thomas.
we have had some electric players in this system, and we have more down there on the farm now. Mike Hazen's done a great job, and he's also gotten rid of some of the riffraff. I mean, remember a few years ago. We had Mad Bum here, and it was just an absolute disaster.
That was
If Merrill Kelly goes tomorrow and throws a big game, Erod has a good game, and then Brandon Fott has a big game before we get back to Corbin, and Corbin comes out, and all of a sudden the everything starts rolling, the locomotive gets going, kind of as you might say. Wow, this Diamondbacks team could really take off. I mean, big.
So Raven Kid, usually your takes are not too bad, but that one, that's a bad one.
I disagree with that.
Mike Hazen is not the problem, and Lovello, he's just frustrating and confusing. Still, is he a problem? No. Did we get to the World Series? Yes. You can't really say much bad about either of them.
Can't argue with someone that gets results. It doesn't matter how.
And he does it on a budget.
There are moments you pull your hair out.
Not as much nowadays, but he did. Like a few years ago at that World Series run, it was on a budget for sure.
Yep.
T-Licious says baseball is a sport for real fans, not whiny, pansy little ass bitches. You get to enjoy all of its beauty every day.
I think this is true.
I don't think it's an either or. Not everybody's a fan of baseball, but that doesn't make them whiny or pansies.
I used to view baseball as like in a negative lens because I was like, it's on every day. Nobody tries. Nobody tries. But then I've kind of understood that the point I've said before, one of my friends actually told me about this. It's a metaphor for what life is. Football, you're prepping for this one entire day. Not basketball. Basketball, sort of the same way. Baseball, it's every day. You can't get too high. You can't get too low. You've got to learn to pace yourself. I think there's a beauty in that. So I have enjoyed becoming a baseball fan these last few years. I used to not be.
All right. Well said.
Yep. Thank you, Randy.
As you mature, you probably appreciate it even more.
I have. That's happened. In high school.
What you don't have is a couple of more decades of life hanging on you, and you go into a bar or you just go home or you go to your pal's house and you sit down on the patio and there's a fan and somebody brings you over a nice cold beer. And you're sitting there watching the game and nothing else in your life matters. Not the kids, not the wife, not the job. And you're just able to sit there and just enjoy that one moment in time. That's a special kind of moment, isn't it, Randy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. There are times that now that I have a quieter life, I don't have all the kids or grandkids hanging around. It's just me and Ms. Kim, and she might be busy doing something. And I had it today. The ball game was on. I had my ice cold beverage next to me here, and boy, it was magic. The fan had the right RPMs. You felt almost like you were in the ballpark.
But Harris, you have to earn that moment with life. There has to be a couple of decades of life hanging on you. I'm not saying you got to get to our age, but I'm just saying even by like the mid 30s or 40, that moment it's going to hit different. When it finally comes for you.
I've been told when people can say like, hey, like, you notice you're getting old. I've been told it's mid 30s. By like 35, you're like, like something isn't
You'll start to notice some changes.
That's what I've heard is 35 is like that moment usually occurs around that age.
I'm afraid your beard will never fill in, so don't keep thinking about that.
Let that
go. Let it go. Slave Dave says the blender following the Diamondbacks game plan by bringing up Harris from the farm. Literally.
That's good.
Moist One says, I have that all the time, but no one loves me. No, that actually is true. Base Slappa says, who's Corbin? Do you mean Born or Burn? Corbin Burns.
Yeah, Corbin Burns.
Base Slappa.
And also Corbin Carroll.
Yep, either or.
A lot of Corbin Burnson. Quiet Cannon says some good-natured tiding. I would imagine Big George's library must be chock full of videos of coaches and GMs getting fired. I'm sure he's got at least a reel.
Gotta have one.
I would Blood says Randy should give pregame speeches. I'm jacked. Yeah, Randy is really good at that. Old Bill Belichick in his interview, they were saying, hey, what do you think is a really great halftime speech? And he says, I've just never seen one. He says, that's just the movies. He says, in real life, I have yet to see one that even moves the needle. And it's like, well, you ain't seen Randy White, Jack. Hefty Lefty says, imagine being a fat kid that liked playing sports and having Forrest Gump come out in the first grade. I'd take laces out over that.
Wow. Yeah.
Oh, poor Hefty. Everyone was yelling, run, Forrest, run. Did you have leg braces? That would have made it even worse.
I'm confused what he meant by that.
You've not seen Forrest Gump.
I've seen Forrest Gump.
Well,
I've
that's
seen
the
it
thing.
multiple times. I just didn't know if Hefty Lefty had a relationship with it. Or was
Well,
perhaps- I don't
Hefty
know.
Lefty also has AIDS,
Oh,
just like Jen A.
yes.
Hefty Lefty
I know,
does
I
not actually have AIDS. Pretty sure if he had the AIDS, I wouldn't be making a joke about it.
Okay, I was
You are
just
so
making
easy
sure.
sometimes.
I know. I have been told I'm pretty gullible. I know.
You're not gullible. You're just young.
Thank you, Randy.
I
Thank
don't
you,
know what
Randy.
love is, but I know what protection is. And
Jen
Jen
A.
A doesn't use nothing. She's dead.
Oh,
Big George says, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't take shots at Mike Hazen. He's
Wow.
actually done an admirable job. See,
Yeah.
look at that. George even that says that.
even
right.
he says that. That must mean
Yep.
he's doing some
Yep.
good work, man.
Kiss the Cook, I think, just got off work. Wait, what? Suns have a new GM?
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
right.
They do.
Yeah.
James Jones, not fired, just relocated. I don't know
Kool-Aid's
what-
gone and the programmer is in.
I don't know what the new structure is as far as salary goes, but I don't know about James Jones, but I don't think I'd sit around for that.
Kool-Aid is gone.
He could get I feel like he could get an NBA GM job within a year.
Random texter says, you're absolutely right, Jeffrey. It does take a few years or a decade or so for people like Triple H to appreciate the game of baseball. Right now, most of them his age are just bitching about more nets and faster gameplay, that
Oh, yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think the faster gameplay is important, but I'm still learning to appreciate it, and I have appreciated it a lot. When I was a kid, I didn't really have the attention span for it. I'll admit it. A lot of my generation, and as I've gotten older and understood more things and matured, I have started to appreciate it a lot more.
Hefty Lefty says, Harris.
Yes.
My real name is Forrest.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell him that part. Sorry, dude.
that's what it's from. Okay. Now I see. Now
Number
I
one
get it.
Rattlers fan says Magic Johnson supposedly has AIDS. Oh, he does. But he
Wow.
also has something called money, and he will live forever on it. Moist one says, I'm like Forrest Gump. I like to rub ice cream on. Okay, I'm just moving on.
No.
It is probably a good time for a break. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Do you disregard people's personal space? Sitting next to people in public, even if there are tons of open seats? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. There's still time. Come to Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale and get a queen mattress and adjustable base for just $499.99. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
You need parts? We got parts. Product availability? Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select brake pads for $10 more, or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or import direct pads for just $20. Offer in-store only. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Time for a new copier? Here's a better plan. Affordable Used Copiers has reliable late model copiers that won't break your budget. We're talking color and black and white copiers that copy, print, scan, fax, and staple. We sell, rent, and lease late model, top of the line Konica Minolta BizHub copiers that can be delivered the next day. And don't worry, enjoy expert support and reliable service from professionals you can trust. Affordable Used Copiers, where you can get a reliable copier without the hassle of endless research. Save over 50% on pre-owned late model copiers. Search AffordableUsedCopiers.com. A+ rated with outstanding Google reviews. AffordableUsedCopiers.com. Serving Valley businesses for over 14 years. AffordableUsedCopiers.com. Don't get stuck with an outdated copier. Go to AffordableUsedCopiers.com today.
Forgot something inside or picking up food from the store? Never leave a child in a car. In Arizona, heat stroke can happen in seconds. Temperatures can rise 20 degrees in just 10 minutes, making a vehicle dangerously hot. Heat stroke can happen even in the shade or when it's below 60 degrees outside. Once you park, always remember to stop, look, and lock. Visit heatstroke.az.gov to learn more. This message is sponsored by the Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
1580 The Fanatic.
The Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Did your dad send you any messages about these photos he sent?
I legit haven't gotten anything. I've
I'm
gotten
still kind of baffled here.
I told you that's what he was doing there when we were talking about him earlier.
I'm as confused as you guys are.
So
Like, I have no
There's
idea.
no confusion with Jeffrey and I.
which guy is he in the picture where there's a bunch of dudes standing there? Which guy is he in this?
Let's see. I'm opening it back up.
So here's what happened earlier in the show. Harris's dad sent some pictures from Barbecue Republic, this grilling group he was in. But at the end, there was this mysterious photo of a shirtless Harris's dad with a bikini-clad lady, and then another dude, and they're all wearing what looks like Mardi Gras beads. And then his dad just goes radio silence, leaving Harris to wonder, could she have ended up being my mom at one point?
No.
What year is this?
I have no idea, but it looks around. It looks.
At first we thought it was the 90s, and then we're looking at it going, that could be like in the early 2000s.
It could be.
So he just left us hanging. We have no idea what we're looking at.
This is like when you're watching a Netflix show and like it's the end of the season, they just give you this massive cliffhanger everyone has to wait on. That's how I'm feeling right now.
So can you identify your father in the group of dudes?
Let's see. In the group of dudes, I don't see him.
If not, there is a possibility he just sent a bunch of just pictures of just nonsense just to make
Could
us
be.
to mess with us for a while.
I have no idea, but I don't see him in this picture. Could be him in the back. No, that's not him.
Kiss the Cook says, wait, the GM of the Suns Jones got demoted? Is it because of DEI? I knew this was going to happen.
Wow.
That's
No.
funny as hell.
It's funny, but no.
No.
Hefty Lefty says, don't worry about saying my name on air, Jeffrey. I don't care if anyone knows my name. Well, I mean, I don't think anybody's going to be able to find you under Forrest Lefty. I think you're good.
Forrest Lefty.
That's not his real name. So, all right. So, Quiet Cannon says, it'd be cool to hear some expert commentary on the different types of barbecue that's available in this country.
Oh my God.
My dad
There's
would be
so much. I mean,
good
there's
at that.
We used to have a barbecue show. What happened
There's
to that?
Memphis. There's St. Louis. So there's the Carolinas have their own kind of a slant to barbecues. Then there's the East Coast barbecue. Then you've got the West Coast, Southwest, the Texas, the Tex-Mex style barbecues.
Tex-Mex
where-
in Memphis is what? In Kansas City. Those three are probably the most known, I feel.
I
right?
was watching, and you guys are going to laugh at me, but I watch the YouTube all the time for these barbecue and smoking ideas and tips and the ways to do things. And I got on this one channel. It was all Spanish. These two Spanish guys were sitting around, and they had these fresh chickens, and they put this on this kind of homemade grill that they made, where the bottom of it just had like a dirt bottom, and they put like charcoal in there. And then they had this grate that they made out of expanded metal. And that's what they were cooking on.
See what I'm saying? You can make it out of a toilet too.
And they made these chickens. There were like 8 or 10 chickens that they had put on there, and they were roasting vegetables. I don't know. I was trying to listen to what they were saying. I couldn't keep up with them. I caught an occasional word here and there. I'm not fluent in Spanish, but oh man, they turned out looking so good. Oh, they were tender and juicy. And these guys, they didn't make they didn't do any crazy stuff to it. Did
you learn anything?
I learned it's not always what you're cooking on, but it's how you're cooking, how you're smoking, how you're grilling. What is your technique? Things like that. It's not always what you're cooking on. You don't have to pay $10,000 for a unit to get really good barbecue if you really want to, and you have the patience to learn and learn technique and learn about the meat and learn what works and what doesn't.
That also is really relevant when it comes to the art of sweet lovemaking.
Oh yes. Yes, absolutely.
I just wanted to make everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jeffrey. Share a few points now, if you would.
I'm gonna save that for the book, Randy.
Okay. All right. Very well.
Number one Rattlers fan says Little Miss Barbecue University, and I'm sorry, let me read that again. Little Miss Barbecue at University and 40th Street. They run out of food by 2 p.m. Their daddy brisket is heaven in your mouth.
Yeah.
Little Miss Barbecue. No, I never had that. Never had that. Used to have Honey Bears over there by the airport. I don't know
It's
what happened
still
to that.
there. Honey Bears is still there, man.
So good.
Still there. Yeah.
Beer Bob says you guys should have a segment where Harris's dad calls in so him and Randy can talk about grilling and smoking stuff.
He probably has techniques I don't even know about.
Call
He's
it-
probably got these great secrets.
Beer Bob wants you to call it grill this, smoke that.
Not bad.
Or
Not
Randy
bad.
and Don's meat show. How about that? We could do that.
Randy and Don show you their meat. No, I don't think I can sign off on that, Randy.
Yeah, grilling your meat with Don and Randy.
So Harris's dad just sent a picture of him holding Harris as a baby, which like
A
that's
baby.
a few weeks ago. When is it?
A dingo
Anyway,
ate your baby.
and he's at one of these little barbecue competitions.
Am I?
Yeah.
Really?
He took you as a baby, and after that, he's like, you know what? I'm tired of this.
All
stuff,
right.
man.
All right.
I've
Go
had
ahead.
enough.
Go ahead and send that to me.
That was too much trouble. I'm
No,
not bringing
if you
him
can.
again.
I am not sending it to. Do you know why? Do you know why?
Why?
You didn't say please. And
You're
for
right.
that, you'll be punished.
You're right. You're right. My mistake.
Hamilton Porter says, if you want to go that route, Jeffrey, just say
I
it's
should have
all
said
about how
please.
you. No, I'm not reading that.
Mhm.
there's a line on the meat jokes, Hamilton Porter.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But I'll tell you what. I'll give you a variation of that. You can't beat Randy's meat.
That's true. Yeah.
Swave Dave says, Randy, if Harris's dad does not take the nickname Barbecue Republic, you should make that your blender segment. Yeah, regarding techniques, etc. I was fascinated in Hawaii and how they cook the Kahlua pork, whole pig in a pit. No correlation to the coffee liqueur, by
And
the
it
way.
tastes so. When I was in Hawaii with Miss Kim, we got some Kahlua pork, and oh my God, it was so good, moist and juicy and very flavorful. And it wasn't just Kahlua, but it was the care and the time they took. They have it down to a science, man. They wrap it in banana leaves and then they put it under the ground with the hot stones in there, and it just sits there all day with a slow heat. And it comes out amazing. Yes.
You know, not today, but Harris, do you think you get your dad on the phone? Do you know how to even use the phones in there?
I could.
Can you
Phil,
put a caller on the phone if we wanted?
So Phil ran me through like a
So
brief
no,
synopsis.
no, he can't. He'll have to
Not,
be retaught.
well, he
But
can't
I'm-
do it right now.
But I was taught for like 5 seconds. He said, "You're most likely
All right.
not going to need this, but here you go." I'll
He's
refresh
right,
it.
but he's wrong because
Yeah.
here's the thing: on some future show, somewhere in the future, let's get your dad on, and then and listen, Beer Bob is right. If there's a name for it, it's called Grill This, Smoke That, and
Yeah.
let's let your dad and Randy have a little grill conflict.
heck
Well,
yeah.
I mean,
Heck
Jeffrey, you're a grill master. You got to jump
not
in
at
there,
the level
man.
of you.
You
No.
you got to jump in there, man, and ask questions too.
I have perfected the art of steaks and chicken because that is what my wife says I got to do mostly. Like,
Mhm,
here, you go take care of this. And so I'm a grill master, but you are the grill master general. You I haven't even begun to learn yet. I am
I don't know
nobody
about that.
in the land of grilling compared to you.
Well, I appreciate that,
So
but yeah,
I think
man,
we should get Harris's dad on here and see what he knows.
I
Yeah.
would love that.
Yeah, I
man,
think we
that'd be
should.
awesome.
He would like that. He would be a fan.
Quiet Cannon says, Jeffrey, at 6:01 p.m., are your tires going to be smoking down the street headed for takeout barbecue? There is a nice place over here, and I forgot the name already, but it's on Power and Chandler Heights. Power and Chandler Heights. There's a barbecue place. It's newer. It's been there for a couple of years. My wife went and I went down there. We had some barbecue, and holy crap, it's good. There's a family-owned little restaurant. I'll have to look it up and tell you the name, but it's solid. It is really good.
This is just making me hungry. All of
Yeah.
this is just making me.
Everyone
Oh.
driving home's like,
Yeah.
Is it the Wood Barn?
I don't know. Are they on Power and Chandler Heights?
Well, it came up. I put
Oh, right.
barbecue.
Fine. Here, hold on.
Caldwell,
Barbecue near-
Caldwell County barbecue.
I don't know. Let me just
That's
hold
in
on.
Gilbert.
Just please hold. Please hold.
Wood Barn
Please
barbecue
hold.
food. Okay. Holding.
Your call is important to us. Please hold. Dude, that's Riggs. What are you talking about? I said power and.
Sorry.
Hold on here.
I see. Matty Joe's barbecue?
Wood Barn. No, you're right the first time.
Wood
It's Wood Barn
okay.
barbecue.
All right, very well.
I think. Not Lucky Lou's. No, it's Wood Barn.
Okay.
It's Wood Barn barbecue. We went in there and it's a really good stuff. Really good. That was a long way to go for that. But yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
T-Licious says, well, how about call it Meat Sweats with Don and Randy?
Yeah, there you go.
Boss Toby says, everyone should start calling the phone now just to mess with Harris. Well, he can ignore it. Believe me.
I can't ignore it. I have a lot of power here.
Now, all of a sudden, your dad got all sorts of cocky. He says, I'll school you neophytes on how to grill, smoke, and bake. It's
Wow.
all in the preparation. The
It is.
marinade, the dry rub, the smoke, the temp, the wood type, the process, the girl in the bikini, all of it. Okay, I added that last part. I added that. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ALL to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's all to 321-321.
Because of you, an unsheltered neighbor can have a warm meal, a shower, and clean clothes. Because of you, a struggling family will receive assistance to stay in their home. Because of you, a lost soul can regain hope. Because of you, the Salvation Army can give a hand up to those facing hardship in your local community. Donate now at salvationarmysouthwest.org. Above all, love. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
You wanted to be cool, which led you to smoking, which led to a pack a day. Then you met that special someone, which led to starting a life with them, which led to wanting to live longer, which led to quitting. Then you heard you may be at risk for lung cancer, which led you to getting a low-dose CT scan. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
Quiet, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. Got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 368-1580 as we broadcast live in the Carmen Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And all right, so lots happened today. The Diamondbacks got back to their winning ways. The Suns have, I guess, demoted James Jones, or maybe he was, for all we know, he was promoted. I'm really not 100% sure.
No, I think it was demotion.
Yeah.
Well, then why, if you're a general manager, right, and that's your job, and people seem to be a pretty good general manager, would you take the demotion, or would you just go out the door, fingers in the air? I feel like I would just quit.
I feel what's happening here, and this could be wrong, and you guys shut me down if you think I'm wrong. But I
You
think
shut
what
your
they're-
mouth, Randy.
I think what
I'm
they're
shutting
doing
you down. Shutting you down
is
right now.
they're
Shutting you
giving
down.
James
Shut you
Jones
down.
an opportunity to walk away with respect. They're not firing him. They're not disgracing him. What they're doing is giving him an out. So now he can go get another GM job and move on from the Phoenix Suns. I feel that's what's happening.
So
Randy's right.
So Harris, what you should learn there is that Randy cannot be shut down.
Yep, he can't be. There's absolutely no way.
I could have done it in
He's
person,
just built different.
but not from here.
Randy
Mhm.
White is built different. He just is. Yep.
We don't talk about that, Harris. That's something he's a little self-conscious about.
Mhm.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
that's a good point. Yeah. Yeah. I want to be sure.
So there you go. Let's see. Kiss the Cook says Moob Beads. Kyle G says Henry's Smokehouse in Greenville, South Carolina is the best barbecue I ever had. Well, great story, Kyle G, but we can't get there, can we? We can't.
That is the opposite side of the country.
How does that help? I mean, he was going on about it. Oh, the sauce. Oh, put it in a bowl,
Maybe-
eat it with a spoon.
Maybe
Who
Kyle
cares?
G's going to give us like a free flight.
We're very
there.
far away, Kyle G.
Quite far.
Hamlin Porter says underrated barbecue joint, Bobby Q. Okay. Swave Dave says slight variation. What's this? He says, okay, I'm a little confused here. Grill me now or smoke me later. Oh, I see. Yeah, you can call it that too.
I think that's a good name.
He says he wanted me to do it with the Schwarzenegger
Grill
accent.
me
but
now.
Didn't feel like it. Big George says, I'm still waiting for Jeffrey to do his Whiskey Wisdom podcast.
Mhm. Well,
I'm busy. I
Yeah.
mean, I was going to get a nice chair and a cigar and some whiskey. Here's what happened is we actually did try to do it. But every time I'd sit down to do Whiskey Wisdom, I'd end up getting so drunk, there was nothing usable.
Yep. Mhm.
It's the same thing with
That's
writing
awesome.
the column. It just,
Yeah.
it never goes well.
Sure.
Cardinal Art says, can't stop smoking barbecue in Chandler. Damn good, Jeffco. Oh, the place is called Can't Stop Smoking Barbecue. Can't Stop Smoking Barbecue in Chandler.
Man, you guys are making me hungry. I
How do you know?
cannot
The place
stop
could
thinking
suck
about
for all you
barbecue.
know.
Just anything barbecue right now. It's making me hungry, man.
Tank Blood says, Randy's a machine.
Darn right. Darn right he is.
There ain't no stopping him.
Ain't no stopping him.
Once he gets an idea in his head, there's no shifting
stopping
it.
Well,
No shutting him down.
Sir Drives a
Jeffrey
lot says, I don't need an echo, Harris. Sir Drives a lot says,
Just trying to encourage you, Jeffrey.
I don't need a hype man. I don't need
I'll be
all
look.
good here.
I can be any of y'all's hype man.
No, I'd really rather you
I've been a
didn't.
hype man quite a bit, and I've gotten rave reviews for it. So
Sir Drives a lot says he seconds Bobby Q's is a good place.
all right, Bobby Q's.
So there is something that I need to share with everybody. That I saw this story on Channel 12. I don't know if you guys have heard this. It's a GCU story. But for whatever reason, after 17 years, Grand Canyon University has dropped their volleyball program. The men's volleyball program is coming to an end.
just the men's, not the girls.
But just the men's, as far as I know.
Okay. All right.
And here was the quote from GCU. In a rapidly evolving college athletics landscape, GCU is constantly evaluating how it can best position itself as a Division I athletic department and university. The university announced on their website the move will allow GCU to focus on supporting its remaining 20 other existing surviving athletic programs at the highest levels in their respective conferences.
Blah, blah,
Translation,
blah. Blah, blah, blah.
We need the money for more important sports.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. Okay. Except for the guys playing, was anybody going to these games?
I would
Boy, I don't know.
assume.
No, nobody was
I
going
would
to these
assume
games.
no. The Havocs are
And
different.
really, volleyball dude volleyball, I just, am I wrong? Just,
dude volleyball can be a lot of fun to
Oh,
watch.
it's fun. I've played
it's
it.
only fun to play.
Dude, volleyball's fun.
Well, I guess not fun enough because GCU's decided to say, listen, you guys can still play. Because here's the thing, there's not a lot of money that goes into having a dude volleyball. You just need a net and somebody turn the lights on. And then you go out there, you play dude volleyball
Well, you
until
don't
your
really
eyes fall out.
You don't really even need a turn the lights on. You could play that baby outside, couldn't you?
Oh, heck yeah.
Or the glow in the dark
Beach
ball.
volleyball.
Yeah, but that's not what this is. This is
dude volleyball.
Dude volley. I'm calling it dude volleyball, but I think they call it men's volleyball.
We'll call it
men's volleyball.
Dude.
But so here's what they said. At least they're nice enough. They're like, hey, if you had a scholarship here for playing volleyball, first off, we're stunned that actually exists, but we'll go ahead and honor it. It says just keep going to school. You're fine. We're not going to pull your scholarships away from you.
That's cool, at least.
But we can't really see ourselves paying for the lights or the nets. That's it.
Yeah.
We just can't do it.
This might be a can of worms.
I don't understand this. Why we
pay for the lights or the nets?
We can't pay for the lights. We just can't do it.
Can't do it. No.
Too much money.
We need the room for a quinceanera. I think that's what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Quinceanera.
I don't know what's happening.
That's what it is.
For whatever reason.
We need the quinceanera money.
Yeah. Yeah. We feel like we could do better with renting out the room.
This could open up a can of worms, but I think this could be a trend with small sports if college athletes start getting paid directly by schools. I think this could very well start being
what
a
you're
trend.
saying is, well, they're not. Oh, wait. Okay. This is going to paying them directly hurts or helps because if other places are paying the NIL money to the basketball players and the football players, that should mean that the school itself has no change in their income and money. And let's say will actually, there shouldn't make any difference.
Here's the thing.
So how does volleyball get gacked because of NIL or a change where the schools actually pay directly?
Well,
I get it if they pay directly, but at this time they do not.
Well, notice how I said if they do pay directly.
No, I didn't notice a thing. Sometimes you talk and I just don't listen. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It happens with all of us. I mean, I get it.
It happens with you a lot, though.
Oh, is that so? It happens with me, just me. Well, I'll say this: if schools start paying students directly or players directly, usually there's only two sports that are up in terms of revenue from spending to how much you made, like gain a profit. Football and men's basketball. For the most part, most schools, the rest are actually losing profit. So the athletic department has
rolled
to
in
use,
underneath the financials of the other two.
Yeah. So the athletic department is usually funded on football and men's basketball money that you gained going to fund every other sport.
So why
and
cut
donations?
volleyball?
Because maybe they want
doing it already, and part of what you're doing it's to
They-
support all the different sports. It's not just to grow and make more money. It's supposed to have a purpose to it.
Uh-huh.
And so if you're right, and it's like, yeah, we're making all our money off of basketball and football, and then that helps support the other sports.
Yep.
It's not like volleyball was like an anvil around their neck.
GCU probably wants to put more into their basketball program. I'm highly guessing
How
that's
much money
what's
are they
going on.
spending on volleyball? $83. Wow, we really needed that.
$83. Well, I think they're viewing it as the more the merrier. And if it's not profitable, then why bother? And we want to put more into our basketball program because we believe that's the moneymaker. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying this could be a theme because once schools can pay athletes directly, that money from their football department and their men's basketball department might be going to the players instead of those other little sports. It's just a thought.
So I'm reading this story, and it says for players like junior setter and team captain Jackson with an X, Jackson Herr, the announcement came without warning. He's an Arizona native who dreamed of playing for GCU since the 7th grade.
What?
What? What?
Wait, try it again. Since
Now-
the 7th grade.
Since 7th grade, he
So in
dreamed of
7th
playing
grade,
GCU
he's like,
volleyball.
You know what I really want to do?
Well, hey, men's. I mean,
well, anyway, but yeah, GCU will still allow volleyball as a sport. There's no more scholarships after this.
Yeah.
And
wow.
I mean, that's kind of, it's like, I guess sad, but let's be honest. It's never been I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, does the men's volleyball team, do they travel to other universities?
Yeah.
To play the game. So there you've got travel expenses, and you've got per diem that the players and coaches and support staff that go with the players and coaches on the road that are incurring against this volleyball program. So, I mean, that's one reason right there. They can save all of that money. Okay. I mean, I don't know how much it is. It's a handful of people on a men's volleyball team, but you've got coach, maybe assistant coach. You got some sort of athletic trainer.
I mean, you just get a couple of Ubers and you're good.
Here's what I think.
But they travel to Texas. I mean, we know what GCU.
Just throw them in an Uber.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying. I mean, there's that, and it gets expensive to send these sport teams out there. I mean, now they're going to save money on. They're not gutting the entire sports program. It's just men's volleyball. They're just they're trimming some of the fat away, as we like to do on a nice brisket. We like to trim some of the fat and make it aerodynamic. And when you put it in the smoker, ask Don about it. He'll tell you.
Oh, Randy, you're making me so hungry.
So what I loved about the Channel 12 story is they're talking about we have so much support for our team, and we just made an impact in the community. Such a huge impact. I just learned that there was a volleyball team. Sure. Oh, anyway, but then the last line in the story says, Arizona State University tells 12 News it has no plans to add a men's volleyball team or any additional sports teams in the near future. Like, don't come around here asking us to do this.
Yeah, I mean, men's volleyball is not like across the country like wildfire.
Yeah, evidently there's only 30 teams across the country.
It's the knock from Title IX, because I believe men's and women's sports, there has to be an equal amount. And because men have football, women typically, and women don't, men have a one sport advantage. So they have to cut one sport usually. And a lot of schools cut men's volleyball so the men and women can have an equal amount of sports. That's why it's not that popular.
Correct what I said. There's for Division I, there's about 20 or 30 schools that still do it.
Yeah, there's not many because of Title IX. That's exactly why.
Base Slappa says, what about girls volleyball? Oh, don't worry. That'll continue because you cancel that. The pervs across the nation will just rise up and lose their ever-loving minds.
This is very
the pervs across the country.
They're united. There's probably T-shirts. Pervs across America.
Also, have you guys seen
PU Pervs United?
PU Pervs United. PU. Oh, that's great. Have you guys seen the women's volleyball games in Nebraska? They're selling football stadiums.
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Like 80, 90,000 people.
That.
Didn't they?
It's
was it last year? Didn't they have their game? They're opening games at the football stadium, and they sold the thing out.
Yep. It's booming there. It's really Wisconsin too. Those upper Midwest schools. Yeah, it's booming there.
I can just see a meeting between an athletic director and a coach somewhere in a dark room. It's like late at night. The cleaning lady's out there vacuuming. And you got the athletic director leans across the desk and says, if the shorts get longer, you're done. You understand me?
I would not be surprised.
If the shorts get longer, this is over.
I would not be surprised if you were right.
I don't want to hear another word.
It's sad, but it's true.
As a cheering partner in PU, if the shorts get longer.
As the CEO of PU, we're putting these guidelines down.
We'll turn the heat up in the basketball arena so that the volleyball players will wear the shorter shorts. But if they get longer, it's over. It's over for you. It's over for me. Do you understand?
Oh man, yeah, that's what it is.
Yep.
T-Licious says, I'm the guy who gets chicken nuggets from Taco Bell. Nothing sounded good, especially since we have no proper barbecue. We made him hungry enough to go out, but then he's like, nah, I'm going to stop at Taco Bell. Then when I'm at Taco Bell, I'm going to get the absolute opposite of what you should get at Taco Bell. I'll get chicken nugs.
Yeah, chicken
Let
nuggets
us
from
know
Taco
how
Bell
they
does
are.
not sound good. I wonder
Do
how
they have
are.
chicken nugs at the
Yeah, they just
Taco Bell?
started. Yeah, I think they just started.
They have.
Oh, no
I've
kidding?
heard that they.
Oh.
I saw a commercial. I was like, what?
Yeah, give us a review on that,
Yeah.
T-licious.
Yeah, let's hear it.
You've got me oddly curious about that.
Me too.
Let's see. Moist One says, Randy always makes my mouth water.
What?
Silver Pop says, I believe GCU has no football program. So basically, the basketball program is it. It's what's funding everything.
This is correct. Yeah, absolutely.
Swave Dave says, if they actually offer a scholarship for men's basketball, it's amazing they can't even find someone they can pay to referee it.
Yeah, well, the reason GCU only has a basketball program is because a lot of FCS schools, not FBS, lose money on their football program because football takes a crazy amount of spending with all the pads and the travel and all of that. And so, yeah, that's why they don't have it. And their basketball program is funding pretty much everything. Maybe their baseball a little bit.
Sir Drives a Lot says Harris is his best hype man. Yes, Harris is Harris's best hype man. Swazman says GCU football is an awesome idea. How about we bring Belichick in after he gets fired from UNC?
I think GCU wants to be Gonzaga really badly. I think they look at Gonzaga. Yeah, bring Belichick. They look at Gonzaga and they're like, that's what we want to be. We want to be the Christian version of Gonzaga.
When we come back, let's talk about this Bill Belichick thing. It gets weirder and weirder.
Oh my gosh.
Like with every passing hour, it gets weirder and weirder. And of course, we've got other football stuff to talk about too. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T.
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text all to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text ALL to 321-321. That's all to 321-321.
Because of you, an unsheltered neighbor can have a warm meal, a shower, and clean clothes. Because of you, a struggling family will receive assistance to stay in their home. Because of you, a lost soul can regain hope. Because of you, the Salvation Army can give a hand up to those facing hardship in your local community. Donate now at salvationarmysouthwest.org. Above all, love. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
O'Reilly. Get the full exterior car care experience with the Pro X1 Car Care Collection Wash Kit. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. The kit includes all-wheel tire and cleaner, glass cleaner, snow foam car wash, and a microfiber wash mitt. Get the essentials in one box for just $19.99. Choose Pro X1 exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's the bone-crushing hits. The searing sounds of training camp.
Come on, knock their ass back! All gas, no
right, let's go! Soon, the new recruits will show up for minicamp. And then it's down to business in training camp. When it comes to the NFL, we talk about it. We're 1580 The Fanatic and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for the NFL.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Base Slapper says, I struck a chord. Did the girls sell out tickets? Huh? I don't understand. I don't know. I don't know what the I don't know what the ticket sales are for that sort of thing. T-Licious says that the nugs, the chicken nugs from the Taco Bell, pretty damn good. They just need some Frank's Red Hot sauce put on. I put that bleep on everything.
All righty then. I'll have to try them.
I'd like to get some barbecue sauce on them things.
Oh, hey, gosh, you're making me so hungry.
Silver Pop says, Jeffrey, I tried them chicken bites at Taco Bell too. Can't believe I did, but man, they were all like breading. Hardly any protein. And they overcooked them. Well, that might have just been the Taco Bell you went to because T-Licious was enjoying his. So, yeah, individual results may vary.
Mixed bag. Yep.
Eye Candy says, yeah, Harris was right about one thing. Nebraska Cornhuskers volleyball has the all-time attendance record of 96,000 fans who filled Memorial Football Stadium for a volleyball game.
Yep.
He says, go Big Red. Yeah, I remember we talked about it when it happened. It was astounding.
Listen, that's huge because in Nebraska, football's king. I mean, you go there on a Saturday when the Cornhuskers are in town, the whole place shuts down. You won't find anything open or anybody in the streets there in Lincoln.
They've said that the stadiums become the largest city in Nebraska during game time.
We can talk about this more, but I think Nebraska, I have the just utmost respect for their fan base. I think they're a top 2 fan base in college sports. I'd say they are dedicated in sports in general. Like, here's the thing. A lot of these schools are football driven, but you put Nebraska in a football game, a basketball game, a volleyball game, Russ, it doesn't matter what it is. They will show up. And so Nebraska fans, I have the utmost respect for you guys. Y'all are awesome. Great
I'm
for
sure
college
that means
sports.
the world to them, Harris.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely.
To the Nebraska fan that texted in. I'm all about Nebraska. I'd love to go to a game there.
Yeah, I'm
He's
sure.
Openly weeping in his car right now.
I'm sure right now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hamilton Porter says it's astounding. Or is it because there's literally nothing else to do in Nebraska? There's also that. You're not wrong. You are not. I've been there. You are not wrong.
Yeah.
Eat some steak. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, College World Series is there.
The who?
College World Series. Omaha, Nebraska.
It's
college
in
baseball.
Omaha,
Yeah, it's in Omaha. I'm a college baseball guy. So
What's the other city in Nebraska?
Lincoln. That's where
That's
the
the one I
university
went
is.
to.
That's where the university is. Creighton's in Omaha.
Base Slappa says, no, these people are just bored. No, I agree. I know they
Disagree.
are. They're very boring.
Disagree.
And bored
They're
people
tribal.
in Nebraska.
They're dedicated.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
they're
let's
dedicated.
talk about this whole thing with Bill Belichick.
Let's hear it. Let's do it.
So it's not hard to figure this out. I mean, the clues were there from the beginning. A 24-year-old girl whose ex-boyfriend was 60 years old.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that detail.
Yeah, and he says, "Oh no, she just legitimately likes old guys." And so she gets with Bill Belichick after sharing a flight, and then so all right. So the first you hear that, first thing we're all thinking is, gold digger. All right, and then she's like, "That's not true at all. Not at all." I'd like to know where she got her money, because fast forward to now, she has an $8 million real estate portfolio. She is 24 years old. Harris, do you have a $8 million real estate portfolio right now?
Mine's like 7.5. But
No, not even
quite
close.
Yet. We're getting up there.
Not even 7,500.
Mine is 7.5 million from that.
So Jordan Hudson, she 2 months before she met Belichick, she bought a $610,000 cottage in Cape Cod. That was her portfolio at the moment. Then after she got together with him, suddenly, she buys a ton of money.
Wow.
I'm sorry, she buys a ton of houses. $2.2 million Dorchester townhouse.
A $1.2 million mortgage on that. And then the home has 3 apartments. Of course, she's making money as a rental, about $5,000 a month. And then on the same day she got that, she signed for another $1.2 million mortgage to purchase another renovated Dorchester townhouse. And then she bought another house after that for like $3 million. And then she gets about $17,000 in income. So, I mean, this is a business and stuff. I get it. But where did this money come from? I guess I'm just saying that I don't know. Is she in business with Belichick? I don't think this is her money. So I'm starting to kind of get a little curious now. Okay, so she's got that going on. Let's say that's all hers. Why is she up Bill Belichick's ass as he's trying to do this book tour, and she's making things worse for him, not better? So now Bill Belichick's daughter-in-law, the wife of the guy, the defensive coordinator in Belichick, does the weird crap with his lips every time he's
Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
On the sidelines.
Old Licky Face. Yeah.
Well, Licky Face's wife says, she's like, yeah, hey, listen, you're not supposed to, as a publicist, you're not supposed to storm off the set and delay an interview. You're supposed to act in a professional manner. And so she's never been shy about speaking her mind, Steve Belichick's wife. And so, she's popping off saying some stuff about this. And poor Belichick is like, oh, well, here it was about this is why. And then the CBS is like, that ain't true. And she's like, who cares? So Belichick is just, I don't know what's going on, but I feel that, do you think he sees that she's maybe on the verge of giving him a good toppling?
I don't know, man. I mean, this is a peculiar situation. And what I did not know is she originally dated a 60-year-old guy.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious
and he's
to
like
know.
Cool about it. He's like, no, it's normal for her. This is what she likes. Keep in mind, rewind. She was dating a 60-year-old guy when she was like 20.
I saw
21.
she was like a Miss USA. I believe. Like,
no, I don't think so.
Miss USA. I saw her with a pageant.
It was probably a bride. Like, she was probably part of the, she was a bridesmaid or something.
It gotta be. I don't know.
I don't know if she won any pageants.
That's crazy, man. Maybe she got her money from that prior relationship. I don't know, but this is just one of the oddest situations I've legit ever seen.
Yeah. So why would you want to be with somebody 50 years older than you? Why would you?
Yeah, she's older than me. She's my generation. Like barely older than me. She is in my generation.
Wait, you're 24, aren't you?
No, I'm not that old. 23.
No, that makes sense. I guess that makes sense.
So her being like my age and day, that's nuts, dude. This is just a weird situation.
She looks, by the way, the other thing, older than 24. She looks like she's in her 30s.
I'll be honest with you. I've never seen her. I've never seen her.
Yeah, but you're never on a line or nothing.
No.
Yeah.
Line.
But I mean, she's 24. She's dating Belichick.
Yeah.
She was on this interview. She acted enormously unprofessional.
She was interviewing. She was cutting things off. Then she storms off. Then Bill is like, I gotta go follow. I gotta follow her. And he goes out and has to stalls the interview for like half an hour. So
I gotta do it. I gotta do a thing.
I gotta do that. Just give me a second.
Yeah. So the college is sitting there scratching their head. Why does she exist? Why is she on the practice field? Why is she in these emails? CBS is like, we're just trying to interview Bill Belichick. This is a fluff piece. This is not a confrontational thing, but it's a curious question. It's like, yeah, how did you guys get together? It wasn't a mean or aggressive thing. So everybody who's observing this is just scratching their head going, well, what is going on? Here's what is really kind of worrisome. This is the kind of thing that could taint his legacy. I mean, he's always going to have the 6 Super Bowl rings from the Patriots and the other 2 from the other thing. Right. And he's always going to be Bill Belichick. But I feel like this does sort of chip away at a few things, doesn't it? It does sort of diminish his brand, if you will.
Yeah.
Wasn't she given the responsibility of protecting his brand?
Well, I mean, why would you give, and I'm sorry, Harris, why would you give a 24-year-old embryo the task of protecting your brand? I mean, that makes no sense. I imagine
I thought that's what you
a
tasked me, Jeff.
I mean, how many millions of dollars? What is his net worth? I'm sure it's pretty damn high.
Yes,
He's got people who can handle all of these things for him. And why is he either assigning her, but more likely letting her tell him, hey, I'm running stuff now. Don't worry, I've got you. You can trust me. And then just taking over Bill Belichick Enterprises. Or
Net worth is $60 million, by the way, if you want an exact
That
number.
ain't that much. I mean, that's a
million.
lot for regular folks, but that ain't a lot in the world of, money. So I don't know.
It's just a really peculiar situation.
Carl Hart says, I wouldn't give my 24-year-old daughter car keys. Yeah. Unless you were going like ching, ching, ching to get her attention.
I think if it ends poorly, then it could really mess with his legacy. I think that's kind of, but
I hope somebody is taking him aside.
It's just such a weird situation. It's kind of one of those where I'm just like, I don't really have words, just kind of speechless. Like, what happened?
Number one Rattlers fan says, I'm 58 and all I date are younger women. None of these old ladies for me, though. They're too cranky and stubborn. Okay, well, you're not a beloved 73-year-old coach with $60 million. So
I don't know how beloved he is, but
Sir Drives a Lot thinks Jordan's going to baby trap Billy B. Well, I mean,
okay,
maybe.
I see what you mean.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Dr. Roadmap says, on the topic of chores, Johnny Carson once asked Zsa Zsa Gabor if she was a good housekeeper. She responded by saying, yes, darling, every man I ever married, I kept his house. So she's a housekeeper. Is that what you're saying, Dr. Roadmap? Slow-Mo Zoe says, Harris, would you date a rich 70-year-old woman?
No, absolutely not. There's no hesitation in that answer.
For me, I don't know anymore, Randy. I mean, B. Arthur, gone.
I know. Betty White.
Betty White's gone.
I was just about to mention her. Yeah.
Just all the hotties of
all the good stuff gone.
Cloris Leachman.
Oh,
it's just gone.
Man, that one. Whew. Wow.
Who's left?
Cloris Leachman. I mean, good night.
Mm-hmm.
Dolly Parton.
She's single now.
Is she?
Yeah, her husband died.
Yeah. Oh, I did not know that.
You're right, moist one. Sister Jean. Yes, there you
go.
That's my hall pass. That's my hall pass. Oh. Kyle G says, all I can say is if you see gold, Bill, you should start digging, especially if you got a good shovel. Her assets. I hear you, Kyle G. I think that could be what's happening.
It's just too bad that he's doing that. It looks ridiculous. Excuse me, it looks ridiculous, and it is ridiculous.
Well, what it is it minimizes him a bit, because if he is kind of he's diminished in his cognitive ability.
I don't think he is, though.
I'm saying, but that could be the one. If that's what's happening, then we feel sorry for him that way. If he thinks, Yoko's awesome, Yoko is great. Maybe if he really is like, no, I believe in her, I trust her, and she's right, then something is wrong. Any part of this, you start to think something's wrong with Bill, unless he very quickly figures this crap out and stops this. But if this continues on, first, it's just going to get worse. And second, we're going to start to maybe lose a little respect for Belichick.
Yeah, maybe.
Quiet Cannon says, it's no wonder there's friction with Belichick's daughter-in-law son. The 24-year-old is probably siphoned off a pretty good chunk of money that was part of Bill's inheritance to the family. Maybe. I think it's also possible that the daughter-in-law cares. There's always that. I mean, I'm not going to be cynical about every part of this. Sir Drives a Lot says Harris has a girlfriend who probably listens. So, of course, that was a hard no. Harris, it's okay to be attracted to older ladies.
I am not attracted to 70-year-old women. That is not my wheelhouse.
That you know of.
That you know
of. I mean, have you ever really taken a good long look at a picture of Sister Jean?
Wow.
Well, Sister Jean was responsible for the 2018, I remember, NCAA tournament. Loyola Chicago went on that big run and they beat my beloved Volunteers.
So,
So me and Sister Jean kind of
beef.
have like a little beef. Yeah. Yeah, it was a buzzer beater, and it was a lucky shot. Still not pissed about it. It's no big deal.
But do you imagine the angry, hateful, just okay, forget it. You know what I mean?
Wow.
You know what I mean? Anyway, so yeah, the Bill Belichick thing, man, I hate to see it. I'll be a Colts fan, so
Yeah.
maybe I should love to see it.
Yeah. That makes sense. They gave you guys a lot of crap. And I wish the Colts had more Super Bowls with Peyton Manning, but at least you got your one.
The thing about that is everybody's like, well, again, the Deflategate, it wouldn't have made a difference. And yeah, they beat us good and fair. And probably
Deflategate too.
maybe it wouldn't have made a difference, but I at least have this. We'll never know now, will we?
Nope.
You cheated. And you should pay the consequences.
Beat the crap out of y'all. They did cheat though. Like that is
and if they didn't cheat
sure.
in just that way, it was other ways. So many ways they cheated.
Have you seen Josh McDaniels, who was the Patriots OC around that time? When he was the coach of the Broncos, he was 6-0. He got caught cheating. And I think after he got caught cheating, his final coaching record was like 6-27. So it makes me look back at those times and wonder, like, how much cheating? Was there any cheating that was being done? Obviously, they got caught Spygate in 2007. What actually was there? It just makes me wonder.
Oh, no, you're absolutely right. And plenty of it.
Yeah.
Now, was the cheating responsible for the Colts losing that time? Maybe not. But
Not
other
that time,
times, maybe.
Could have been. The Colts were always better than them in the regular season. They always had the better record. Yeah.
Wilbur says, yes, cheater, pumpkin eater.
Okay. Well,
Sir Drives a Lot says Pistons up by 2 at the half.
that's a good series, man. Like that is that's a heck of a series.
Wonder what's going on in the Pistons game.
The Knicks were just winning by 9. I've been checking the score, and so the Pistons came back. Tobias Harris has been good in this series, 10 points.
Yeah, 61-59 Pistons over the Knicks at halftime. In case you care, and even if you don't, the Golden Knights and the Wild are tied up at 1, and that's in series is tied up as well. I'm sorry, it's not. It's 3-2. Sorry. The Vegas is on top so far. Let's see.
Yeah.
That's the only scores I care about right now.
The West is more, in terms of the NBA, thinking about this, the West is way more open than the East. Like, I think the East is Boston's to lose. The West, I think anyone could win it at any time.
Slow Mozo says, I took a different route home, saw a billboard about Kyler Murray softball game. You guys know anything about that? Bunch of stars playing. I think didn't Larry used to have? I think Larry used to do the charity softball game. And I think maybe Kyler Murray took it over.
I know Larry's done pickleball.
So I guess now it's T-ball because Kyler just.
Yep, Kyler Murray softball game in Scottsdale. Yep, there you go.
Dang.
Now
look at T-ball. Wow.
Don't really have much to do with that, Slow Mozo. But all right, listen, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the Cardinals. And of course, we got on this date in Big George's sports history. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities. So it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
All right, so there we were, cruising through the new open-air zoo when I realized that the park was closing in like 15 minutes. That's when the afternoon took an exciting turn. Luckily, we were in my Nissan Rogue. With its powerful DC turbo engine, well, we had more than enough time to see all the animals. Whoa! And outrun a few!
Drive the Nissan Rogue. Now, Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000 MSRP. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. 2024 Nissan Altima, Kicks, Leaf, Rogue, Sentra, and Versa. All prices are manufacturer's suggested retail price. Manufacturer's suggested retail price excludes destination and handling charges, tax, title, license, and options. Dealer sets actual prices.
O'Reilly.
Get the full exterior car care experience with the Pro X1 Car Care Collection Wash Kit. Only at O'Reilly Auto Parts. The kit includes all-wheel tire and cleaner, glass cleaner, snow foam car wash, and a microfiber wash mitt. Get the essentials in one box for just $19.99. Choose Pro X1 exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Time for a new copier? Here's a better plan. Affordable Used Copiers has reliable late model copiers that won't break your budget. We're talking color and black and white copiers that copy, print, scan, fax, and staple. We sell, rent, and lease late model, top of the line Konica Minolta BizHub copiers that can be delivered the next day. And don't worry, enjoy expert support and reliable service from professionals you can trust. Affordable Used Copiers, where you can get a reliable copier without the hassle of endless research. Save over 50% on pre-owned late model copiers. Search AffordableUsedCopiers.com. A+ rated with outstanding Google reviews. AffordableUsedCopiers.com. Serving Valley businesses for over 14 years. AffordableUsedCopiers.com. Don't get stuck with an outdated copier. Go to AffordableUsedCopiers.com today.
Download our free sports app and stay up with all the latest sports news, scores, highlights, and more. Or stream us live anywhere
at 1580thefanatic.com.
1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, Arizona's home for sports.
Fred was listening and said, you know what, I agree with Harris's take on the East. Boston is the dominant team in that conference. But I do not agree with his take on Golden State in the West.
The Wolves are a terrible matchup for Golden State. They should have been, they would have been better off playing the Lakers.
Golden State would have been better off playing the Lakers. I actually don't know about that because does Golden State have a big that can take over a game? The Lakers' biggest issue is the fact that they didn't have a center. I mean, that was clearly evident in Game 5. Rudy Gobert had 27 points on shooting like 80% from the field. That's why Minnesota ended up winning Game 5. They were ice cold from three as a team. They're like 17%. But because the Lakers didn't have a center, well, they were able to dominate inside. The Warriors, I'm not sure, have that type of big. And so I'm not sure about that.
Well, that is against the spread's take, and so I guess we'll find out. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
888-368-1580. Randy, Jonathan Gannon found a microphone.
Oh, no kidding.
And he was talking about Will Johnson's health, and he says, yeah, we're pretty comfortable with how he is. He was the best cornerback in the draft.
Yeah.
He was sitting there, and I'm like, wow, he was surprised. He's like, am I missing something? He's like, this is the best corner in the draft. What are we doing here? And so he's like, let's go get this guy.
Fair.
And so, yeah, as far as the health goes, they understand what's going on with his knee, but, he hasn't had any issue with that knee for a couple of years. So Gannon's like, yeah, but, pretty comfortable with how things are with this.
My question is Will Johnson a killer?
Just understand, I'm looking for killers.
You got to be a killer to be on the Cardinals. I mean, that's right there. That's the coach right there. I mean,
just understand, I'm looking for killers.
See what I mean? He's just looking for killers.
Figured out how Kyler Murray's a killer yet, but
he was already on the team. But since Jonathan got there, he's looking.
Just understand,
he's
I'm
looking
for
killer. I don't know what's the bleep is. There's some sort of secret killer. There's some sort of they
short.
Can't say it.
He said short.
Is it short? Is that why they bleep it?
Just understand, I'm looking for killers.
I don't think so. No. No, it's some sort of a secret thing they're covering up.
Will Johnson might have been the best value pick in the entire draft.
He slipped down. He did slide down. In fact, like I told you guys, our teenager here, he was like wanting Will Johnson in the first round. He was like, why didn't they grab Will Johnson?
I thought
right
Will
there?
Johnson should have been like a top 10 pick. I thought Miami was going to take him in the first round with Jalen Ramsey leaving.
Oh, no, this kid was beside himself when the Cardinals didn't take Will Johnson in the first round. And then when he got him in the second round, he was over the moon. He's like, I can't believe they still got him in the second round. So whatever the case, after that slide, you got a good one as long as he stays healthy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hasn't
Yeah.
allowed
And-
a single
and
touchdown
he's-
in 2 years.
And he's a killer. I mean,
Heck yeah.
The play aside from that, it doesn't matter. But if he's a killer,
yeah, you got to have a killer.
Starter as a
Well, yeah.
true freshman on a national championship team, man. Like he's been great every single time he stepped on the field.
Jonathan Gannon also wants to say to you guys, hey, just wait till Marvin Harrison Jr. plays this year. He says, oh my gosh, when the staff is in place, the jump from year 1 to year 2 is like where the guys will make a huge jump. Which
Typically
staff?
a big
I don't know
jump.
what is he talking about? The staff is in place. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, he says this guy played unbelievable ball for us, but if you talk to him, he'd be the first to tell you he needs to get better at a couple things. And man, he's gone to work on those, and he went to work on those, and he looks awesome out there right now. So,
Yep. I believe in Marv big time. I think the Cardinals should stay patient with him because
really looking forward to him playing with a better quarterback someday.
or you know what? Sometimes great receivers can make quarterbacks a lot better. I
Well,
think
he
that's
wasn't
what
ready
could
to
happen.
do that last year.
He was a rookie.
Yeah.
He was a rookie. That year 1 to year 2 jump that Gannon's talking about is very much so a thing.
62 receptions, 885 yards. I feel
Not
like
too shabby for a rookie year.
there was a couple things about him. It wasn't just about being a rookie. It was also he needs somebody to get him to be a killer. He was not a killer. He wasn't coming back to the ball, with aggression. There was a lot of ways that Marvin Harrison Jr. played. Did not remind me of his old man. He needs to get more aggressive. He's a good receiver. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying just a little more of that it factor, of that killer instinct, and he probably would have had 1,000+ yards.
Got to be a killer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I watched way too much Cardinals. So,
Hey, his dad had very similar stats his rookie year. Just saying.
Yeah, but who was his quarterback and what was the condition of his quarterback that first year?
I think his quarterback, did he
had
it's
bunch of
before Peyton.
interceptions.
Was it Harbaugh? I don't even know who was their quarterback before.
Was Harrison there before?
He was
Peyton?
before. He was there a little bit before Peyton.
Well, there
So,
you go.
I
That answers the
imagine it was-
question even more. Here's why.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Sr., if he had Harbaugh before and then he went to the first year, I thought Marvin Harrison Sr. came after Peyton because Peyton was just dying out there with throwing interceptions left and right.
Yeah, Peyton broke the record his rookie year
so
for most picks. And
either way, if that's the time period, then it doesn't matter. Then his stats are going to be similar for the wrong reason. But hey, I thought Kyler was supposed to be good.
I think he can be. I think he very much so can be. I mean,
Moise one says Marvin Harrison Sr. was actually an actual killer, allegedly.
I did not know that.
I did
I
not
keep
hear
forgetting
about
that part. Yeah,
I
there's a
did not hear
story.
about that.
There's a
That's a thing.
story.
What?
Sir Drives a Lot says Chihuahua Murray is a killer. Ham Sandwich says, go blue. Ohio State's title was a fluke.
Yeah, I mean, look, I am not a fan of the 12-team playoff. I have always been against it. I think college football, its beauty is the regular season. And the fact that Michigan beat Ohio State, I love how Michigan fans can say, all right, great, you won the title. It doesn't matter. We still beat you.
This
I love
segment
that.
is all over the place, by the way.
All over the place.
Yeah, against the spread wants to bring us back. He's like, hey, Harris, Golden
against the
State
spread.
can't match up with Gobert. Secondly, Houston can extend the series and possibly win 3. Golden State is old and will break down against the Wolves late in the game 4. No, I'm sorry. I'm using the numbers wrong. Let me do that again. Number 1, Golden State can't match up with Gobert.
They
Number
can't.
2, Houston can extend the series and possibly win. 3, Golden State is old and will break down against the Wolves late into the game. Number 4, the Wolves had a bunch of dogs and have the will to win. Number 5, Edwards. Enough said.
I think Draymond Green is going to be a huge X factor in that series because when you have Draymond's undersized, I get it, but look, this is a defensive player
Draymond
of the
can't
year.
contain Anthony Edwards.
I didn't say Anthony Edwards. I said Gobert. I think he could.
He'll climb up him, sure.
For sure. Anthony Edwards, he's probably going to do his thing. but who does Minnesota have to guard Steph Curry?
Is he playoff,
My
Draymond?
question. Who does Minnesota have to guard Jimmy Butler?
He's just for men, Draymond, right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Dimeback Dude says, I think they should go to a 16-team playoff. That way you make sure all conference winners are in and you give some extra spots to the SEC and Big Ten teams.
Here's the beauty in it is a lot of people wanted to go to the 12-team playoff because of parity, but all that you're doing is just adding more and more SEC and Big Ten teams in the picture. That's all you're doing. Honestly, the fact that Michigan beat Ohio State and Ohio State lost 2 games in the regular season, they, in my opinion, have lost their right to compete for a national championship. College football was built on the regular season. And the thing about college football is it's March Madness every single Saturday. You're facing elimination. And with the 12-team playoff, you ruin that.
Randy, Harris says honestly an awful lot, which makes me start to question his honesty.
Maybe he's not always honest.
No, that's the thing, because like we got to pay attention because at some point today, dishonestly, and he's just going to keep talking. We will just miss it.
Miss it, yeah. We're going to have to keep our eyes on that. Yeah,
so I'm worried. Harris, do you think you could pass a lie detector test?
Like one of those polygraphs?
Do you think you could beat a lie detector test, like lie and actually beat the polygraph?
I don't know.
That's a good one, Jeff.
I don't know, because there's some, I think you have to be really like advanced to beat that. Like I think people in the military, I've heard they're taught to beat it. They're trained to beat it. I'm not trained.
So here's the thing. The first
So I
thing
would
we
not
do
beat it.
is we'd make you take your shoes off because there's a trick where you put like a tack in there. So when you're asking the baseline questions, you're in pain. So that's like your baseline
No
questions
way.
are all over the place. And then later when you're answering the questions, they're like, well, we can't tell. But that just make you take your damn
wild.
shoes off if I'm going to
Yeah.
give somebody a polygraph.
Wow, I did not know about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
A lot of young people think they could beat a polygraph test.
I do not. I'm not sure I can.
You
I
couldn't.
know that only high military personnel are trained to beat that. Not many.
You
others.
have to be military personnel and get high.
Yeah.
High
That's-
ranked.
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
I wonder
honestly.
if getting high would affect it. I wonder if that actually would affect it.
If you're high when you take the thing, your baseline would still betray you.
If
So
you're
that's, man, you're
high,
right. Jeffrey, he says, we all tell ourselves, just like Harris, he knows he's a rookie.
I have when I was a kid, I did tell on myself here and there. I struggled with that. That was the thing I did. Yeah.
So just be listening, Randy.
I was a goody two shoes.
Be listening.
I'll have it covered. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah.
Happy Lefty says Butler versus Ant will be a fun matchup to watch.
For sure. That will be.
Moist One says, what is the ultimate goal for a college football program? To win a rivalry game, or is it to win the national title?
Yes.
Both.
Well, I say first and foremost, the rivalry game.
I agree.
Coaches could work at that place for years and years and years, as long as you're winning the rivalry game. Winning a championship is great, but if you're losing the rivalry game, you're in trouble.
Woody Hayes had a quote, and he said, "It doesn't matter if you don't beat Michigan; it's not a successful season." That's what
No
he said.
matter what.
Former Ohio State coach for years. So no
Until he
matter what,
punched that kid. But
Moist
he
One
did punch
says
that guy.
only losers say the rivalry game. You just called me a loser, Moist
I don't
One?
know.
They who?
I
They
say
her.
they're both the goal. I'm
Yeah,
just
they're
saying
both
the
a goal.
most important one is the rivalry game.
the rivalry game is because there's just so much history there that the national championship doesn't have. Like
Your
that's
goal
kind of
is
how I
always
see
to
it.
win and go forward to the next thing.
But the national
You-
championship is a fair goal. Absolutely.
You're playing the game to win it. That's what my
okay.
mentor
Yeah,
used to
that's
say.
right. No, you've
Playing the
never been a
game
mentor. You've never been an
always means you have to win. That's what Herm says. Yeah.
Herm says you play to win the game. That's it. And he
Play to win the
says,
game.
COVID, come on campus. I'm going to show you around. That's another quote by him.
That put ASU's football program back like 3 years. Before
3
Dillingham
years.
came in. Before Dillingham came in.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Speaking
it's time
of
now
COVID, yeah.
for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back to the year 1920, the longest Major League Baseball game by the number of innings ended after 26 innings.
Wow.
In a 1-1 tie between the Boston Braves and the Brooklyn Robins at Braves Field in Boston, Massachusetts. Boston third baseman Charlie Pick established the Major League record for hitless at-bats in one game, going 0 for 11.
Oh my gosh.
This game was crazy. If it hadn't been for darkness, I don't know that it would have ended. They
That
actually had to
is
call a tie
Wow.
after 3 hours and 50 minutes. And there's no way this would happen today.
No.
None.
Heck no.
No.
But both starting pitchers, Leon Cador and Joe Oshachar, they both pitched the entire game.
Wow. See,
All
now
26
there we
innings.
go. There we go.
There's no way that ever happens again.
Oh,
0%
no.
chance this record gets. I'm always the one that says never say never. There's no such thing as an unbreakable record. This one.
This one is pretty
Yeah.
unbreakable.
Yeah.
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 I don't think that gets broken.
Dimeback dude says Moist One is a big Ohio State fan. I see lots of
Oh.
pervs from Ohio State.
What?
Oh, man. I think the cool part, and Michigan almost used it to their advantage that Ohio State was so good because they're like, oh, look, you guys were this good and you still couldn't beat us because we were in a transition year. Just saying.
Hefty Lefty says Rasheed Wallace technicals in a season record. That'll never get broken. 41.
41.
It can definitely get broken.
Love Rasheed Wallace, man. When he was staring at that ref and he teed him up, he was just staring at him. Didn't say a word. That was awesome.
So, no, that record can definitely get broken.
For
That
sure.
can.
Yeah.
All right, I got nothing else to say. We're done. Go home.
All right,
Bye-bye.
then.
Adios. Hefty Lefty
Adios,
says
amigos.
you get suspended after 16 now, so that's why that record won't be broken.
Yeah.
I see. All right. Listen, see you guys tomorrow. Daily Blender. Bye-bye.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses